whatsoever. Eric is running around. We see you, Voss, but you have nothing to add, so just sit there and drink your coffee.
Unsigned 52, Opie.
Screaming. We'll get to you in a minute. Relax. Have your coffee. Ben came in 3 times. Voss is here. No one's acknowledging that we heard Ben, but we heard Ben.
We know.
We're trying to do some more radio before we move on to Voss. Because then it just gets into the silly zone.
Unsigned 52. That's the channel for you people that want unsigned bands.
You're kidding, right?
Yeah, that's it. It was on instant feedback. I didn't know.
Derek, you're with me, right? Okay, thank you.
What?
All right.
Wow.
I was announcing it.
Are we doing that segment on the show, hopefully? Yes, they're writing it down, thank God.
I figured if somebody wanted to know.
Did you do that on purpose?
No, I figured if somebody wanted to know, they would now.
Don't listen.
No.
It was announced already.
Are you fucking with me?
I don't know. I swear I didn't hear it. You said it? Was
Yes.
it you or Jimmy?
Yes, the whole room is like going, wow. Because that was an obvious one.
Unsigned 52, people.
That was an obvious one.
What do I don't listen. We know we don't listen.
Yeah, but we got to do a better job at listening to each other.
No, we don't.
We all have very interesting things to say on this program if we just open our ears a little bit.
What?
Sometimes I listen to the show on my MiFi, and I say to myself, was I even there?
I know. See?
Was I even there? I know at times I'll turn my mic off and I'll start talking to Eric to set up things, so I know flat out that I'm going to miss the 30 seconds to a minute of the program, whatever.
Yeah.
But then there are times I'm like, I'm even laughing and commenting like I don't remember this.
Yeah. I read a lot of instant feedback. That's my job on this show. When people are talking, I'll listen to the conversation, but a lot of times I'm scrolling through the instant feedback, and I may miss something that's said.
For instance, I missed something I caught on the replay yesterday when I was outside the studio.
Yeah.
Jimmy doesn't. What's he doing for 4 hours? This is my most important thing. I was gone for you tools. I was gone for
totally
30 seconds.
Totally hung you out to dry while you were out of the room.
I was just answering an email. I'm like,
Yep.
back
Well,
home.
we're in here working. Where's Jimmy?
We said you have a fine job on the show. You get
agree.
to fall asleep when you want. You can go take care of other business while we're doing the show.
On the phone with Dell.
No, I was answering
you
an
weren't?
email, probably something with maybe a pair of tits attached to it.
All right.
Me, I mean.
Let's say hi to Bill. Bill, what's going on?
Bill Ward?
Bill? Hello, Bill. Hey, Bill.
How's it going?
All right, what's up, Bill?
Good. Just wanted to tell you guys that Sandy Fox was on that comedy channel last night about 8 o'clock. Just plugged the shit out of you guys.
Oh, Sonny Fox?
Oh, yeah.
Very cool.
And he also played about 15 minutes of Norton's comedy, which I, didn't get a chance to hear any dirty stuff, on Leno and stuff. So
Very nice.
Definitely cool.
All right, cool.
Punching out. Thanks.
Thank you to Sonny Fox on XM 150. Eric is out of the studio. There's a whole. We were talking about Greaseman, and Greaseman went on Fox News Channel to just kill us.
Yeah.
Just kill us when we got fired for that whole Sex for Sam thing at St. Pat's Cathedral.
One of the experts they dragged on.
And I'm looking at an 8-minute video clip of that whole thing going down. We never played this one. We got to play this one. I think they're getting the audio for us right now. There's me on camera. There's Anthony looking very serious. There's Bill O'Reilly.
Well, because we were on the Bill O'Reilly show during that clip.
Right.
Which was very serious. The corruption of the American youth, I believe, was his topic.
All right, well, as soon as we get the audio of this, we'll play it for you. It's pretty funny, especially the Greaseman stuff.
Waddle-doodle.
Just killing us, absolutely killing us.
Pat from Moonachie wants to know if Voss has to hold the coffee cup with both of his little midget hands.
Should we invite him in, or should we have him sit there for a little while?
I miss him. I miss him to death.
All right, come
You
on.
do?
Come on in, Rich.
All right, Voss.
Look at him. Fuck you. I don't need this.
Richard Jenny.
That's like...
I think you're over there. Not that I have a problem with Voss. I never have, and Voss has sat there a lot, but I think, isn't that the guest mic we've been using lately?
No, Voss.
Okay, then
Voss
sit here.
usually sits there.
All right.
Voss always sits there.
Voss, that's Voss's seat when he comes
What is
in.
it that bothers you about Voss?
Yeah.
Nothing at all. I thought that mic was broken.
All I know is I saw Jimmy last night, and he looks trimming down. He looks great.
Isn't he losing weight and getting a little more fit? Because he knows he's going to be on television. Going to be on HBO.
Yeah.
So he's kind of wanting to look a little nice.
Fortunately, I can't shrink my neck. So that fat frog appendage will be sticking
There's
out.
no exercise for the neck?
Yeah, there is. It's a rope, and you kick the stool out. And you go 1, 2, 3, 4.
You would figure the back of your neck is strong. That's what's going to happen. You're going to lose too much weight. You're going to go, well, no, we hired like a little chubby guy for HBO. That's the character we wanted.
Right? Well, who are you?
Sorry, you're too thin.
You don't understand, Rich.
You look good.
I want to be a sex symbol.
Ooh.
I want to be a teen idol, like on the cover of Tiger Beat.
Yeah,
You're going to be on Tiger Beat and all those little teen magazines.
I want to be on the cover of Tiger Beat with like a white bathing trunks with the lining torn out, nice and wet.
How about the cover of Nambla Weekly?
I think that was necessary.
That was a good line.
I didn't hit the button. Don't look at me. All right, we have the Fox News Channel thing.
Okay.
I think I wanted the whole piece, but I don't know what Eric gave us, actually. I think he only gave us...
I bet it's the wrong thing.
It was, well, because Eric doesn't really listen. I go, is this the whole thing? And he goes, yeah, this is part 1, part 2's coming. But I already know it's not the whole thing.
No?
I just know.
I'd give it a shot.
Because the whole piece is 8 minutes long, and if this is part 1 of 2 parts, then why is part 1 only 1:20?
Oh, boy.
So that means this is a section of part 1, probably featuring the Grease Man is what I'm assuming, because that's what we were talking about. The Grease Man going on TV and killing us after we did what we did.
Yeah.
Why don't we play the tape and see what he gave us, okay?
Mr. Track, you've been in...
Mr. Tract?
I'm going to personally take care of this.
Uh-oh. Oh, boy. Look, the room is just laughing. The glass room is laughing.
Somebody just
because
ran
they
away.
know Eric
One of the interns
is in
out there
trouble.
just ran away.
Just ran because Eric is now in big trouble.
Opie actually walked out of the studio, and I'm not going to lie, to see that body, that cock of the walk strut, was kind of nice. But
now, I guess because it started with Mr. Tract is here,
Yeah.
which means that it's only the Grease Man piece, and I guess Opie wants the anchor, the setup, the whole piece on us. And Eric did not deliver that.
And right now, what's happening? Ben is laughing. Of course, there's a crisis. I think that's what happened when Ben was a kid. I think the neighbor would molest him, and he would just laugh his way through it.
So now anytime anyone else is in trouble, it's his natural reaction to just start
That's how he covers up the tears.
cackling.
You know, the man across the street would rub his hands. I can't wait to get to that Sparks, boy.
They are just awful. Everyone that works here is just awful. Because the second one of them gets in trouble, look at the joy on everyone's face. Travis is laughing. Danny's got a smile ear to ear. They are all just thrilled to death that somebody is at the receiving end of a lashing. You people are despicable.
I didn't lash.
Why don't you just help out your fellow employees instead of laughing at their misfortunes?
What's on my apple? What is
Danny,
this white stuff?
Travis. Ew, there's white stuff on your apple?
Apple diva.
Ew, what is that?
Oh, my.
Oh, you were eating it.
What is it? Let me see.
No,
There's white crusty stuff on the bottom of his apple.
I ate around the top. I didn't see any of it.
Look at the bottom. Look where you bit.
No,
You ate some of it.
No, I didn't.
Right there. The big white spot by your tooth mark.
It's white and crusty.
Right there.
You didn't rub that on your back,
What the
did you?
fuck is this?
What is that?
Where?
Oh, jeez. Sam pulls on the mic. The whole mic stand flies out of the console and falls down. And the room, again, laughing their asses off.
This is a national talk show. You know that, right?
They just get such pleasure and joy out of other people fucking up.
I'm not even kidding.
Yeah, he's not kidding.
I absolutely watched it.
You look at fruit when you buy it, or
Does it come off when you rub it, Jimmy?
no? No, it's not. It's just.
No, can it wash off?
I don't know.
At
My
this point,
apple has Litivigo.
At this point, I would just be.
Vitiligo.
At this point, I would just.
Vitiligo.
Oh, vitiligo.
Ding. Get that one, Than.
At this point, I would just be. At this point, I would be buying my own fruit.
It's amazing.
But why don't you go to the supermarket and pick out all your fruit for yourself?
Because I've seen what happens when you buy your own fruit. Your son drops this stupid gun while men are shooting you. But I mean, I don't want the oranges anymore because they were awful every morning. So you just want an apple.
And now you got some white. Hold that up. Let me see.
What the fuck is that? It's
Listen,
like,
I gotta interrupt you guys because we have a big star on the phone. A big star. Sean Hannity on line 12.
Oh, big star, my foot.
Sean.
You know better than that.
Hey, Sean.
What's up, guys?
You do a national talk show just like we do, right?
I do a national, and by the way, you
guys
are doing great. I read you guys grow by 1 million a day. It's unbelievable.
Well, we are growing by leaps and bounds.
It is. I got XM in my brand new car. I get to hear the show a lot.
Well, do you actually accomplish things on your talk show? Because we certainly don't. We're talking about apples and our interns screwing up and our.
Well, I hear you guys accomplishing things when I'm listening. Yeah, you go from topic A to the next topic. The only thing you really got to do is talk and fill some time at the end of the day. And if you guys make people laugh, and you often make me laugh, then I think you've done your job.
But, Sean, you don't understand. We
I
do
had to
that.
turn you guys off, though, with my kid in the car this weekend when
well,
you
yeah,
the replay.
That's a good parent. Very good.
What part of the show did you have to turn off?
The part where the F word was being played a lot.
Yeah, that's called every day.
Yeah,
not every day, because I hear you guys.
And Sean's making history on his show on a daily basis. The guests come on. They reveal things that go into historic record. And we sit here and talk about white stuff on Jimmy's Apple. Jesus Christ, some perspective.
And we're in Penthouse magazine this month, Sean.
Well, then you have a way of talking about relationships that, believe me, Sean Hannity will never be able to match in his entire life. I stick to actual topics that I know about.
Sean's in Time magazine, and we're in Penthouse and Hustler.
Hey, Sean, just to embarrass you, I'll be honest.
All right, embarrass me.
I'm gonna read the first paragraph.
Oh, don't read the first paragraph. Come on, it's embarrassing.
Of our exclusive interview in Penthouse magazine, the September 2005 issue. We did make the cover though, Sean.
Did you guys make the cover of Penthouse?
Well,
our names.
Our names, Shock Jocks, Opie and Anthony.
Not a sexy
They're
cover.
finally censor-free. What's next?
Yeah.
Would you like to hear the first paragraph?
I was hoping you'd read it.
Oh, yeah, the second paragraph is just as good, Jimmy.
Is it? I actually thought it was nice.
It's near the end of a typical Thursday show for Opie, real name Greg Hughes, and Anthony, last name Cumia, at their new XM studios located near Central Park in New York City. The guys and their sidekick Jim Norton are on the air listening to call-in guest Wheelchair Fred report the day's news from his bathtub as he inserts a dildo into his ass.
Oh.
And the FCC can do nothing but sit back and listen with them.
Great.
Sean,
I have no doubt it's being pumped right into the FCC.
Sean, who do you have on your show?
Do you have an actual news guy? Because that's what we do with the news.
Yeah, my news is just slightly different.
Yeah, a little bit.
A little bit more issue-oriented.
Might be talking about Supreme Court nominees.
I talk about things that I know about. That would not be a topic that I could relate to. I've been married. You guys need to get married. That'll change your perspective.
No, I went.
Well, yeah.
Anthony, you tried it once, right?
I tried for 9 years, Sean.
But you know what? You didn't marry the right woman.
Well, that's for sure.
Because I have friends of mine that are in horrible marriages, and I look at them and I'm like, they didn't marry the right person. I'm pretty lucky I married the right person.
Yeah,
if you marry the right one.
Well, Anthony's been married, and it turns out the girl I wanted to marry, they would only let us get married in Massachusetts. You got to check certain things.
Big back gal, was she?
That's a topic for me this afternoon. Hang on, let me write that down.
Yeah. Hey, Sean, are you proud of us when we talk politics on this show?
You know what? I am proud of you, and whenever I'm on your show, invariably somebody's going to come up to me and say, well, what are you on with those guys for? And I said, because they're nice guys, and I get along with them.
Yeah, it's really weird because we come from totally different...
Well, we come from.
I
think we come from similar backgrounds, and
we have similar backgrounds in terms of where we were raised.
Yeah,
we're almost the same age.
Mm-hmm.
You guys talk a lot about sex topics. I stick to things that I know about, which is politics.
Well, that's a misconception. We don't talk about sex as much as we used to.
You talk about.
Oh, we still do. I mean, because we know that it should be a part of the show. But we were talking about Hillary Clinton last week and. How she's trying to get all the violent video games off the shelves, because that's so important right now.
Isn't that a waste of time?
Yeah, the adult-only rating that they put on Grand Theft Auto San Andreas after it had an M rating, which is 17.
Yeah, I actually played that game. I like it a lot, but I wouldn't let my kid play it.
There you go again, just parenting.
Well, it's just parenting. For example, when I was listening to you guys, it wasn't last weekend, it was like the weekend before on XM. And it was getting a little risque in the talk, and I just turned it down. And then was getting worse and worse, and then I had to turn it off.
Yeah. Then I had to sell my car.
And I had to sell my car and take 202 off the channel.
Yeah.
But you know something? When I tune into you guys, it's usually I hear you guys late at night when I'm driving home from Fox, and I listen to you guys because the show's funny. You guys have a great sense of humor. You guys are having fun on the air. And I totally expect that it is going to be an adult show.
Yep.
I go to R-rated movies, and I wouldn't take my kid to an R-rated movie. I have probably every movie channel that's out there because I have DirecTV. I don't let my kids watch those channels that I don't want them to see. They like SpongeBob SquarePants anyway. So I think it's really up to the adult and the parent in particular to choose the material that's appropriate for their kids. I'm pretty libertarian when it comes to things like that. I think you guys on the radio should have some latitude to create what you want to do on the radio. I think satellite has given you a freedom that I don't think you ever imagined.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you guys seem to be enjoying.
We're having
Yes,
a really
we
good time,
are.
and the show is growing big time.
Hey, let me tell you one thing. If I could just convert Opie into a Republican.
I don't think that's happening.
That ain't happening, right?
I don't think that's going to happen.
I'm a moderate.
What does a moderate mean?
I'm right in the middle. I think both
lean
sides.
a little left to moderate, Opie.
I think both sides have some good ideas. I think both parties need to get together
All
right,
and work together.
If XM gives you a check for $100,000,
Yeah.
because you guys get paid according to the papers a lot of money,
Mhm.
and when you get that check, you only get $51,000.
Yeah.
You don't look at that check and think that I pay too much money in taxes.
Absolutely. And Opie has to deal with that every week.
What a problem.
I don't know. You should see how I live. It's ridiculous. I guess I have enough money. I don't know.
I don't like the taxes. I don't like the amount of taxes, but I didn't like them when I was, pulling in $35,000 a year.
Yeah, but
like
I was with you. I started in radio. I was making $19,000 a year.
Wow.
Yeah.
I started at 14,000 a year to do overnights.
Well, you know what? We've all been pretty lucky.
Yeah, and you get raped on the taxes. I'm not a big fan of that. And then the more money you make, for some reason, they feel that if you achieve the American dream and become successful, that you ought to be penalized for that.
Yeah, they're entitled to it. I don't know anybody that's successful. I don't care if you're in radio or any business that you're in, that you don't work really, really hard, devote your entire life to what you do. I remember, Anthony, you probably forget, you told me that you and Opie used to talk when you guys were in radio limbo land there for a while, that you guys would do a show for each other every day.
It was pretty much on the phone, going over the news and just kind of keeping it together,
Well, that means that you guys are really dedicated to what you're doing.
Unlike Jimmy Norton.
This
Right.
is what your real passion is. And so if you end up being successful at it and you take some risks and you're edgy on the radio and you risk being fired on the radio and then say you start making money, why does the government get half of what you earned?
Yeah.
How about 20%? 25% is fine.
They're like a mob partner. They're in with a 50% cut. You can't get out, and they're in for 50%.
And what was it Forbes who wanted to do a 17% across-the-board tax for everybody?
There's two books out. Forbes' book is just out. Neil Bortz is a buddy of mine. He's writing a book that's going to be out next Monday, and it's about the flat tax. Yeah, they average about 17%. Or a consumption tax. Anything you buy, you pay that percentage in taxes.
And by the way, you'll never see this. You will never, ever see it. We cannot get these politicians together to come up with anything, never mind something that huge and that much of a change. Just can't happen.
I don't think you will either. I really don't.
And you know what the best part of this conversation is, Sean, is that Rich Voss is in studio, and his hands are folded right now because he's realizing how dumb he really is.
No,
and he has nothing to contribute.
You have no
to this.
idea how much I love Hannity.
I know you love
and
Hannity.
I wanted to talk and I want to ask him stuff, but this is, I don't want to step on Opie and Anthony.
No, you don't. You don't want to ask him a dumb question.
Hey, Sean, are you ready for a dumb question
No, I
from
have
Rich Voss?
No,
fire away.
He's a big fan of yours. He's no joking.
What gets me is every time Sean goes on the show, somebody attacks him, blindside attacks him, like Rosie or something, and he invites her on his show, and she never shows up, and it just pisses me off.
Did you guys see that when Rosie attacked me on The View?
It's ridiculous.
Yeah, you're like the name that comes up when people are talking about Republicans.
Yeah, but
or the right.
You know how you guys have misunderstood
Sure.
You were surprised, both of you, when I knew a lot about you and your career, and I had said from the very beginning, when you guys got in trouble in New York, that should not have been a death sentence for your career.
Right.
And I think you guys appreciated that because there weren't a lot of people out there supporting you.
Right.
Yes.
And similarly, there are people that have no idea where I stand on any issue, but they just assume just because he's a conservative and he likes George W. Bush that he must be evil.
Yeah, your name is like a catchphrase with these people. They just lump it in with, they go, oh, yeah, that Hannity type. Yeah, absolutely.
Well, there are worse types. I mean, I'm the type of guy that goes home, takes care of my family, has a political passion, and all I do is express an opinion.
Does parenting instead of wanting to rip any type of adult-oriented entertainment off the view screen.
Well, that's true.
It seems like the left has been so spoiled when it comes to, at least the media, that, Fox, which is definitely, I think, a conservative bias, but the one media outlet on television that has like a real conservative bias, everyone's like, they're the conservatives. And meanwhile, CBS, NBC, CNN, every other news outlet leans to the left, and nobody ever considers them left-leaning because we're so used to it.
And in cable news, I could tell you that our competitors literally get no viewers ever. They don't ever have anybody watching. So then the question becomes, are the American people stupid, or have they made a wise decision? In other words, what is the reason that they tune out CNN and MSNBC? And I think they feel that there's an inherent built-in bias, and you can't fool them. People are pretty smart.
We think it's the panic mode that your Fox News does to the people with the alerts and the fear.
Well, maybe you ought to, the next time you guys are on, we'll do Fox News Alert. Opie and
that
Hannity
goddamn Fox News Alert every time. Bong! Fox News Alert. What happened? No street cleaning today. Alternate side parking has been suspended. Holy Jesus! You guys scare the crap out of me over there.
That sounded like a good idea at the time.
It scares me at times because you just think like, and I think one of the reasons we feel like that because I think in the back of all our minds we're just waiting for the next bomb to drop.
Right.
And, well, look what happened in London the last few days.
Well, I kind of want to get into that a little bit with you about the searches going on because the ACLU today has chimed in and said they are going to start challenging this random search. And then they come up with no research whatsoever. They say this will have no effect on terrorism. They just blurt it out.
The irrelevance of the ACLU has become so irrelevant in the last few years and such nitpicky. All they do is argue slippery slope. They have become a disgusting group.
Yeah.
Well, here's my take on it. Because if you're dead, you don't have any liberty. If you're afraid to board a subway, you're not free anymore. Your liberty's been taken away from you.
Mm-hmm.
If you have to change the manner in which you get to work because you're fearful of using public transportation, you don't have any liberty there either.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, we live in a world where there are real scumbags out in the world that would smile and be happy if they blew up a bomb in some place like Penn Station and they were killing innocent men, women, and children.
Absolutely.
So we've got to deal with it. And the only way I can think of that you can deal with it is if you think people might be planning something like this or orchestrating something like this, check their backpacks, check their bags so that everybody else is safe. I mean, for those that have been arguing this is a bad idea, well, I guess similarly they're going to argue that they don't want to get checked when they get into an airplane anymore. And when I get
what's
on an
the
airplane,
difference?
I want to know that this guy sitting next to me had his bags checked.
Why is it when they're going after the mafia or they're going after people in the mob, they don't do random searches in Brooklyn. They monitor Italians. They monitor when they're looking for the Westies. They monitor Irish people. You know who's involved with every organization. So why with this do we pretend that we don't know?
And how come it's got to be so blatant where they go, look, we are not profiling based on race?
One of the most asinine things I saw on TV, literally there were like 7 grandmas in a row.
Oh, shit.
85-year-old women.
Stop it. Stop searching the old women.
Stop searching, Grandma.
It's a waste of resources.
We had a guy on TV last night, and I said, isn't that a waste of time? He goes, you never know. One day they might be able to recruit grandmothers to work for them. And I said, you've got to be kidding.
Oh, that is very funny.
And this is just to appease the people that are going to chime in and say, look, they're profiling. Well,
look,
why can't profiling be used?
Choose between searching Opie and Anthony and an 85-year-old grandmother, I'm going after Anthony first.
Of course, me first.
He is a swarthy-looking individual. Black hair and
Opie's got
Italian.
an all-American look, Anthony.
Yeah, I would agree wholeheartedly that I should be searched first.
That's funny. Hey, car chase on Fox News.
I'm looking at that. It's a Fox News alert right now.
Yeah, now let us in on something. Do they still kill the people live on TV or no, or do they cut away?
You know what? Actually, right now they have a system where they go into delay for about 7 seconds.
That stinks.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Because you don't get the payoff anymore. I used to love watching these
You have
things.
to buy them on the best car chases.
Yeah, exactly.
Put out by Fox News.
God, Sean's watching Fox News around the clock, huh?
You know I do. I watch it. I'm going to tell you, I'm very proud. I never knew when I came up here. We're now going to enter in October, I can't believe it or not, our 10th year on the air.
Wow. On
Hannity and Combs, and we're doing better than ever, and the channel is great. I work for really wonderful people. One thing that I know you guys would appreciate, in 10 years that I've worked there, I've never been told what to say, how to say it. I've never been told what topics to do. I mean, they really give you the ball and they say, hey, go run, have fun.
Hey, you got Bill Hemmer coming over there, huh?
Yeah, Bill Hemmer's coming over. I don't know him that well.
Oh, you don't?
He seems like a nice guy.
I thought he was pretty good during when we invaded Iraq. I thought that was pretty good. He was pretty good on CNN.
He's a young guy. He's a smart guy. And
oh, that's the guy CNN
used to be on CNN.
Yeah.
Let go?
Yeah.
Yeah. He did his Pope coverage, too.
Did he do the Pope coverage?
Yeah, he was all over the Pope coverage.
See that?
What are you talking about today, Sean, on your show?
I'm going to talk about what we're talking about here, about searching bags and liberty and the ACLU saying you can't search bags. I'm going to do a lot on that. We've been following the Supreme Court nominee, John Roberts.
How do you think that'll go?
So far, it looks so good, but, we're actually at a point, politically speaking, where Democrats so hate Republicans that they'll do anything to stop this president.
Yeah.
So they're looking into this guy's background. If he made out with a young girl when he was 12, they're going to find out about it. And they're looking for any dirt, which, by the way, guarantees you two will never be appointed to the Supreme Court.
Oh, we pretty much know that.
Yeah.
But seriously.
My fraternity brother has some film of me smoking a little dope.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And I don't do any drugs or anything anymore.
You don't want film of that, though.
But he has me taking a puff off a marijuana cigarette.
That's bad. Sean, you could probably
back in the old days.
You could probably get a pretty good political career.
Huh?
There were rumors that back in your NEW days that there was a party there every day.
Yeah, but Anthony and I didn't. Well, Anthony.
No drugs.
Anthony probably drank a 12-pack every day. That was about it.
Well,
but no, we didn't do the drugs or anything.
You've slowed down, Anthony, because of your health issues, right?
Oh yeah, my health issues. That's what it was.
But you're working out. You're staying in good shape. You're eating right.
I'm nice and trim these days.
Finally stopped drinking.
I was a big fat oaf.
It was like the Opie and William Holden show for a while.
Oh, I know.
We
just got to realize it's time to maybe slow down on the drinking and smoking.
We tell these stories on the air, and I just don't think the listeners truly believe what was going on back at NEW. They were bringing in pallets of beer on a weekly basis. We had 3 refrigerators dedicated to beer in our office. It was unbelievable because we had Sam Adams and Budweiser as huge sponsors, and they just kept bringing the beer in.
Just hammered.
And I can't tell you how much beer was being consumed during that show.
You know what's amazing, though? I mean, for all the, as soon as you guys got in trouble, though, everybody started headed for the hills.
Yep.
And yet, meanwhile, if you guys have 3 refrigerators full of beer, somebody's got to be standing by saying, all right, somebody's got to be the adult here.
Well, the problem was the ratings were going through the roof, so the bosses were like, keep up the good job, fellas. They didn't want to say...
you guys like some scotch with that beer.
Well,
yeah, pretty much.
Well, what... This is how bad it got. We actually hired a bartender to come in on Fridays.
You did not.
I swear to you. And then we had the bartender brought in shot girls that would dress in little uniforms.
Right.
Or little outfits,
They weren't like the girls that you'd stick in the barrel and pour stuff on, were they?
No, these were the ones we...
I happened to hear that show one day.
Yeah, that was a fun one.
These were the ones we respected. And then finally, the boss came to us, and he didn't really know how to tell us, but he's like, I think you guys might have gone a little too far with this bartender thing. I'm like, oh, all right, I'm sorry.
Boss, did you want to ask? Boss is really dying to talk to you and ask you a question, and he's just getting nervous. His little hands get straight when he tries to be smart.
You really like Sean Hannity, huh, Boss?
I'm a big fan.
He's great. you know, people, every time you bring up his name, the first thing they bring up is racism or racist, and they don't even listen. They might hear one word.
If they don't listen to the show.
And you know what? Some said, oh, he's a racist. And I go, well, give me an example. They never have an example. And they go, well, what he was saying about Chris Rock hosting the Oscars. I go, that was Drudge. It wasn't even Hannity. So half of them never know what they're talking about. And it's just, I argue till I turn blue in the face. That was pretty good.
But
that
we
was
actually
a
live
close
at a point
one.
where, politically speaking, if people disagree with you, it's like they want to send Karl Rove to jail even though he didn't do anything. They don't like the fact that Karl Rove has been kicking their tail and winning elections. So now they want to come up with a phony issue and put him in some type of legal jeopardy.
Mm-hmm.
If politically you're out of power and you make any kind of money, you can guarantee that you will be audited. Because that's now used as a weapon to put people in jail. I mean, this is America. Martha Stewart, I never met her, don't have any like or dislike for her.
Right.
I mean, when we live in an America where they can't find her guilty of the actual crime, but can find her guilty of covering up a crime that they can never find her guilty of.
Yeah, that's a little odd.
That's a little odd.
That's why we're just whenever they bring up these like they want to get these new laws or change things, you just laugh because they cannot get together with each other and make things work.
No, I don't think they ever will. We still haven't closed our borders, for example.
Mm-hmm.
You know, here we are in a post-9/11 world, and we have people to the tune of 5 million people a year cross the border at Mexico. And I'm somebody who supports legal immigration. I don't care how many people we take in from around the world, as long as we know who they are, we check them out, we know that they want to be a part of our family, and that they're not a part of some Al-Qaeda terrorist network.
Right.
Basic common sense, but both parties are afraid to take on the issue because they think it might affect a particular voting bloc.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm thinking it's your job as a government official to keep the country safe first. And it's clearly the most vulnerable area we have or susceptible area we have to attack, because if some guy crosses the border at Mexico because he wants to get a job in Southern California, and I can't blame him if he doesn't have any opportunity where he is, but if he can do it at will and we can't stop him, how are we going to stop a guy with a suitcase-sized nuclear weapon that wants to bring it to Los Angeles or San Diego or New York?
Really, right through Mexico.
Right through Mexico.
What exactly is this obsession we have in this country with multiculturalism and force-feeding the idea that English shouldn't be the first language? What is the problem? Why will the left not relent at all?
Look, everybody's got their agenda. Everybody, at the end of the day, when you look at politicians, for example, they want your money so they can redistribute it and create government programs and create dependency, so that keeps them in power. I think at the end of the day, you always follow the money and you always follow where the power is, and then you'll find where they are like vultures, you know, preying on anything they can prey on so that they can stay in their positions.
And has the ACLU, I'm sorry, Rich, has the ACLU, I know you'd be more than happy to have any of those guys on. I doubt they'd come on your show.
I had one on TV last night, Norm Siegel of the New York Civil Liberties.
Oh, he's like the head, right? Is there any what kind of a solution do they offer? They say profiling based on any type of common sense is wrong. What type of a solution do they offer?
Look, I didn't even get into profiling.
Holy crap! Oh my God! A cop car just drove into
you saw that,
building.
I just saw that.
Oh my!
He disappeared like they do in cartoons.
Unbelievable. This guy ought to just be shot the second he gets out of this car.
Oh, he made a mistake. He didn't mean it. He went
They
to go make
ought
a
to
turn.
just shoot this guy the second he gets out of the car.
It looked like
They're
he
gonna
must
blame
have
it on
lost the
Hannity.
steering or something.
Yeah, he drove straight into that wall and went right through
It
it.
looked like the wall was made out of like cardboard or something. He went right. I hope he's all right.
Now
like a
these
cartoon.
cops have got to be pissed.
Now
Now it's got to get a little more personal. They should just beat this guy so he can make $2 million in a couple of years.
And you know, Anthony pointed out something really, we didn't get into it on the show, but about the fact there was some black-on-black shooting, and the guy was out on like $25,000 bail. What did he shot 3 people?
Yeah, shot 3 people in front of a club recently. I think it was in the Bronx. And he gets out on $25,000 cash bail. I guess his bail was $250,000, but $25,000 cash bail. And then you get Fat Nick, who's a big fat idiot, but to hold him in there on no bail just because it's perceived as a race crime, a hate crime.
Do you know there's actually a school of thought, and we've argued this on TV, where liberals say you shouldn't chase people that are running away from the cops.
Really?
Because it puts the rest of the community in danger. And I'm saying that's not going to stop high-speed chases, because every criminal will then know that all they got to do is put their foot to the floor and they'll get away with their crime.
Right. It's an incentive now for them to run.
Yeah.
And I don't want to see the conservatives have full run of everything. I mean, you have to have some kind of checks and balances. But
No, we want full run of everything. We want to take over.
I haven't had, believe me, what's happened. I haven't seen many logical solutions just coming from the left in a while. I'm sure there's some good ideas, but I haven't seen anything but knee-jerk reactions.
They're pretty angry at Republicans, and I know they hate George W. Bush. They hate the fact that we went to war. They hate the fact, anytime that anything goes wrong in the war, they're quick to highlight it. They never point out anything right that we've done. I mean, they compare the troops at Gitmo. I mean, here we give these guys at Gitmo the diet that they want that meets their religious requirements. We give them Qurans. We give them exercise rooms. We treat them in a multi-million-dollar facility, and basically they get treated better than any prisoner in the United States.
Right.
And yet that's still not enough for liberals.
Not good enough.
It to Nazi Germany.
Compare it to Nazi Germany, say they're being tortured, using the word torture. That's fantastic.
That's what they're saying about our troops, but I just think I don't think the strategy's working because the Democrats aren't winning anything right now.
No.
And if they want to remain in power, they've got to figure out a way to offer some ideas that people like. Republicans are tougher on national security. They are bigger believers in homeland security. And they also believe that we're overtaxed, so they want to give you back more of your money. So there is a plan there that people can buy into.
Well, people that say that, like, I'm sure Islam, we all know Islam's a very peaceful religion, but is there any explanation they give for why there were protests over the alleged ripping of the Quran, and yet they don't say a word about al-Zarqawi chopping people's heads off?
For all the talk about what happened at Abu Ghraib, look, it was wrong to put underwear on the heads of the prisoners. Nobody went out there and said, hey, we need to do more of that. We've got to put it in perspective, though.
Right.
You know what? Our prisoners have their heads chopped off. And we've got to be able to use techniques. If we capture an enemy combatant on the battlefield, you've got to understand that these guys potentially have a lot of information about future attacks, future plans, potentially where our troops may be in harm's way. There's got to be some means, short of torture, to extract that information from them.
Right.
If you play loud music, for example, we could play Courtney Love for hour after hour. Now, that'd make me speak.
They call that
I'd start singing like a bird.
That's how they got Noriega out of his compound. They played Twisted Sister.
I think they played Twisted Sister, yeah.
They did. That's how they got him to finally. The church finally gave him up. They were like, enough.
Well, the left says that that's a form of torture if you try and extract information out of them, or if you sleep deprive them, or if you make them stand on a box for an hour or two. Somehow you're abusing their rights.
Somehow, when you just ask them nicely, they don't tend to give the answers. Other things have to be done.
And what if they know about an attack on a particular compound? Look at that. Another one went in, or that's a replay?
That's a replay.
That's a replay.
We're all watching.
We're all watching.
He's on the run.
He's on the run. This is the end of the car chase on Fox News Channel.
Shoot him.
This guy, he literally smokes 5 packs a day. He's not going very far.
Wow. Yeah, he really is just punching along.
Who's the lucky? Don't lose the feed.
Oh, no.
All right, we went to another camera.
Oh.
Yeah, put your arms up.
Put your arms up.
Oh, they're going to be nice to this guy.
He's done.
Watch how they rough him up, though.
Lays down. Okay.
Put your knee to his neck. They ought to just beat the piss out of this guy. I can't stand the fact that they can't tune up people on the street anymore. I just hate that.
Anthony, good thing you're not a cop.
It is a good thing I'm not. I take it so personally. I just want them to beat this guy up. Because he'll go to court and the lawyer's going to argue, this poor, deprived. It's just such crap these days. What happened to the old room? You take the phone book, hit him in the body so you don't show any bruises on the face.
Right. Good point. The Opie and Jim Crow show.
All right, Sean.
I would like to have a disclaimer that I'm not responsible for anything that Anthony just said.
I hear you.
I'm amazed we're friends.
Hey, guys, it's great to talk to you.
All right, so Sean Hannity, you're on XM 124, the ABC channel
ABC channel.
From 3 to 6 p.m.
I'm not on a permanent loop like you guys, 24/7.
Only once, right?
We got a big announcement. We're coming back to commercial radio, by the way.
When are you coming back?
And we're doing afternoons in New York City again.
Awesome.
Yeah, right. Awesome. you heard it in Sean's voice. He went.
To me every time. It's getting old.
Yeah, but I heard it in your voice. It still got you a little bit.
Yeah, you always get me.
All right, a friend of the show, Sean Hannity, 3 to 6 p.m. on the East Coast on XM 124. Sean, thank you so much. Have a good show today.
Take it easy, Sean.
All right, there you go, Sean Hannity.
That was the greatest day of my life.
Why? You sounded really smooth.
I have two good questions.
I just spit my stupid muffin in your face.
First of all, no, I brought up two good topics, and he responded.
No, you didn't. Here's what you did. Polite Sean waited while you went through entire conversations you had with other people. And I said, I like Hannity. And he said, well, I don't like Hannity. So I said, why don't you like Hannity? It's like, can you just talk to Hannity and not relay that awful story to him?
Not at all. I was too nervous. Like when I was, as much as I hate Kubi, I go, if I ever see him, I'm going to go after him. And he was in the front row at Caroline's, and I froze.
Of course you did.
Of course.
Why don't we take a break? We have that audio of the Grease Man.
Oh, cool.
That's what we were starting with here. O&A and the Grease Man. Actually, with Sean Hannity talking about our past and stuff, this is would be a good segue to get into next.
Yeah.
And also, I think we got the editor of Giant Magazine.
Yes.
Is that you? All right, we're going to get to you in about 10 minutes, all right? Remember the last guy they sent from Giant Magazine?
No, I don't remember him at all. I'm sure
even the editor is laughing. Because supposedly
that was their representative they sent last time.
Supposedly they had a big laugh back at their headquarters.
He was quite possibly the worst guest we ever had.
Now, I didn't know about Giant Magazine. It was laying around. I brought it home. I really liked it a lot, so we decided to get someone in from Giant Magazine. And
they booked Danny Dull.
They sent a tool. We were asking him about movies because he was like a movie expert or something. And
he hadn't seen them. He didn't know much about them. Didn't really give any insightful reviews on anything.
He couldn't wait to get out of the studio, remember?
Yeah, he was breathing all heavy. He was nervous.
He was uncomfortable, and then we went to commercial. He ran out.
Ran out of the building.
We never saw anyone leave faster than that guy from Giant Magazine. So
yeah.
The editor's here, and he's laughing his ass off outside the studio because he thought it was funny, too. What's up, Ben? Ben?
Yeah.
That's the editor, right?
Oh, he's laughing his ass off.
Yeah, remember how awful the other guy was?
Horrible.
All right. It's 28 minutes long. We can't do that now.
28 minutes?
No, Eric found the segment, but it's too long.
That's too long, Hawk.
Why don't we take a break and we'll continue?
Like sand through the hourglass.
Let's go to Chris from whackbag.com. Chris, what's up?
O&A, what's going on?
Hey, man.
Listening to it for a long time. Love you guys. Little Jimmy, you're the best.
Oh, thanks, mister.
Yeah. Boss, I got to call you out. When you were talking about Chris Rock to Hannity, you called him Haggerty.
I didn't say Haggerty. That's what...
You most certainly did.
I did not.
Check it on the replay. Check it on the replay.
Can somebody go... Can
Get
somebody
a replay.
backtrack in? They can backtrack in there and check it. Because if you said Haggerty, you're getting hot coffee all over your arm.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing. If I didn't say Haggerty, right? You got to write the nicest. You got to write the nicest thing on Whackbag about me, okay? If I did say it,
I definitely will.
Okay, if I did say it, then trash me
like
I did.
You are the best, though.
Huh?
You are the best.
But I
do like you.
But did I say Haggerty?
You probably did.
Not you.
All right, thank you, Chris.
Boss.
All right.
It was actually pretty riveting.
We have
to
another.
hear you go through the whole conversation that you had with someone else.
We have another Chris on the line from Orlando. Do you have the balls to put me on?
Oh.
Reverse psychology.
Chris, what's up?
Hello.
Hi.
Why are you saying, do we have
you guys even took this call, man? You'll probably dump on me because you can't handle the callers.
Dude, please don't do me a favor. Say what you got to say. It's cool, but don't try that cheese dick psychology on us.
Well, first of all, our dump doesn't even work. I think we've tried to use it twice in the whole time we've been here, and it's never worked, sir.
What are you guys taking on the filming crew for, man?
We're talking, and you can talk too. What's that?
Chris.
Why are you taking on the filming crew?
The what crew?
The what?
The filming file. Why do you guys? Why don't you just leave us alone and do your own show?
Filming? Are you even saying it right, sir?
What?
What show are you talking about?
You guys know what I'm talking about.
No, I don't.
Down here in O-Town. Whatever you guys have been sending your stupid callers all week long.
You don't know what you're talking about. You're not a fan of that show. You just said it wrong.
I don't believe this guy. I think you're trying to go, I gotcha.
Do you think so?
Yes.
You think you're so tough? You know what's coming?
Yeah.
You come downtown to O-Town, Jimmy Newton, and we'll show you.
Jimmy Newton.
Right.
All right, now he's hysterically funny.
That's right. Juice and I are touring together.
Jimmy Newton. All right, thanks.
That's
funny,
Who
dude.
are you related to, Olivia Newton-John?
Oh.
All right, Chris, thank you.
Why'd you have to spoil it
You
with that
wrecked
awful
it.
one?
All right, we'll let Chris
That was
go.
very funny.
Jimmy Newton.
Yeah, because Orlando is so tough.
In Giant Magazine.
Yep.
You ever explain something like that to me again, I'll hit you with a newspaper. Why does Boss explain things to me?
Full Metal Redo. 20 years after shooting Kubrick's Vietnam epic, Matthew Modine is set to publish a Full Metal Jacket diary, a journal of his photos taken on the set. Modine gives an exclusive interview. Oh, a preview of his book? That's pretty cool. Look at some of the pictures. I like this. They got Private Pile. Look at his big fat head. I'm gonna get that book.
Why don't we get
Very cool.
Dove's friend Tony, who I know casually in here, who had, again, the second biggest speaking part in Full Metal Jacket and was cut out. He played a guy named Captain January. I was talking to the guy.
How were you the second biggest speaking part and then get cut out?
He explained the whole thing. It's for real. He explained the whole thing.
How does that happen?
I don't know.
What a stroke of bad luck that is.
Really guys suck. Yeah, well, let's get him in to talk about it.
He had a real relationship with Kubrick.
That'd
was
be great.
Great talking about it.
No, not the giant guy. Jesus, he got up off his chair. We're talking about two different things.
Calm
down,
guy's
giant guy.
jumping the gun now.
Tell Mr. Joshua to settle down. We'll get to him in a second.
We'll get to the editor
Your
of Gun
cigarette
Magazine.
lighter. Give me your cigarette lighter.
We have to play something else first. We got the Fox News Channel thing. Now,
we do.
It all makes sense. Well, we went off on the Grease Man where he went on TV and just made fun of us. Not made fun of us, but just killed us, even though he had his own controversy doing his radio show.
I'll say.
So we were going to just play the clip of him, but then we found the whole piece that Fox News Channel did on us when we screwed up when we were on regular radio, and I think it's kind of fun to do. We haven't done this one yet.
Right.
We'd like to go down this road from time to time. So without further ado, let's get into the tape, okay?
Mm-hmm.
This was on Fox News Channel right around the time we were getting fired or were fired, and then they dug up old clips of us from an old interview with Bill O'Reilly and re-edited it and all that shit.
Right.
Oh, wait a minute. Another guy from Orlando calling in. James, what's up, James?
Well, I know you're a bunch of faggots.
All
what?
right.
All
We're
right.
faggots.
And I'll tell you something else.
Uh-oh.
Jim Norton,
Yes.
you little faggot, you come down here to Orlando. I dare you.
Well,
He's been down there.
With a challenge like that, how do I resist?
Yeah.
Sir, you have some tough talk there.
you get enough.
Hold on, boss,
You know
before
what?
he double dares
sit
me.
And you go on and on.
He just invited you
well,
to a city.
Are you inviting me to
About-
Disneyland, sir, because they have gay day? Are you inviting me as your life partner to come down to Disney World?
Just come down here one time. I dare you.
Well, if you get enough people after him, he might hit bonus at the club.
You come down here to Orlando, you little faggot.
Sir, such language. I'd actually like to go back down to the Improv. I did it once. I didn't draw too well, so hopefully I'll get back down there after the show.
There you go. There you go.
Yes, I know. That's why I said
Didn't
it.
do too well, did you?
Well, all right. Repeat any information you feel.
Or you could put it that way.
Yeah, I flew down. Yeah, right. You got
I
on
got to
a
tell you
plane,
something
didn't
else
you?
about your call screener.
Yeah.
He's a total faggot.
You know what's funny? I actually have to. I'm glad you mentioned that, sir. Even though you're bombing in this awful call, after we're done with you, I have to address one of the call screeners who tried to kind of cock block, which irritated me.
Well, he's probably like kin to you.
All right,
what?
James.
Kin to me?
James, you did a pretty good job, all right? Thank
Yeah.
you. We'll give you a C- as far as
Yeah.
trying to trash us.
Jeez.
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 I'll try
That's
better
tough
next
talk.
time.
I double dare you, fella. I know a friend of mine, a woman called up just to send me something for my birthday, and one of the stupid call screeners, cock blocker, is talking to her, going, "Well, you don't even know him. Why do you want to send him something?"
Are you kidding?
And I'm like, and then like, "Well, you're gonna send me something? What the? Don't fucking. What are you doing?"
Who did that?
I don't know.
How do you know that happened?
She told me.
She told you?
She felt stupid. She's like, I don't know. I kind of felt stupid.
Oh, boy.
I don't think Danny would ever do that.
I exactly think he would.
You think Danny would?
Not to be malicious, but just to goof off. I don't think Danny's mean-spirited. I think he's.
I don't think
I
Danny.
think he is.
I don't think Danny would do that.
I'd love to know who did that.
I'm thinking maybe someone that was sitting in for Danny.
Are we going to get honesty and somebody actually going to...
No one's
Fess
gonna
up
Actually,
to
I was
this?
just on the phone just now, so I didn't even hear what Jimmy said.
Who was it? I don't know if it was you, or it could be anybody. Who was it that when a girl called in to send me a birthday gift and asked for something, said, "Well, you don't even know him. Why do you want to send him a gift?" Like, who was that? It was somebody from the show. It was somebody who answered the phone.
Anyone?
I mean, I'm usually on the phone, honestly. I don't remember saying it. I don't see why I would. But, I mean, so many phone calls come in, I can't remember everyone.
All right, if a girl called in reference to me, what would anybody say besides give them the information?
You had the right number.
Well, I mean, it depends. What is she asking? If for the address, I would just give the person the address. People ask for the address all the time.
I don't think Danny would do it.
I didn't say Danny did it. I don't know who did it. She didn't know.
All right.
All I know is this. If anything that doesn't sound male calls in and has a question for me, Be courteous, please.
Kind and courteous.
It's very rare that happens.
And if it sounds male, put them right through.
That's right.
All right.
If it sounds like it could be a gentleman in a dress, well, just be understanding.
Let's play the tape from Fox News Channel. There's going to be some fun to be had during this piece of audio.
Our top story tonight. Syndicated radio shock jocks Opie and Anthony have been kicked off the air. Fired over this sex stunt they pulled inside St. Patrick's Cathedral. Last week, the duo broadcast an eyewitness account of a couple having sex inside the church. And yesterday, they were officially canned. Bill O'Reilly interviewed the pair recently, and they insisted they're careful to never cross the line. Right. Here is that.
Shut up.
What an asshole.
Editorializing douche.
Right.
Yeah, way to be
right.
Way to be unbiased.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Line. Right. Here is that never-before-seen interview.
The people you work for, the big operation, the big radio operation, do they care what you say on the air?
Without a doubt. We do every day. We have guidelines. We have FCC, rules we got to adhere to, and we do a very good job at that.
Well, you
Our show is
skirt it. You're smart.
Yeah,
we're
very smart. We know where the line is, and we tiptoe on the line, of course. We know at this point what our audience likes. We know how to do it, and that's what we give them.
Well, what do they like? What do they want?
They like to be entertained in traffic. They like to...
Be specific, though. You just said... Wait. You just said, we know what our audience likes, and we give it to them. I want specific...
What an
He's trying to, like, rope you in. Here's where he tries to trick you. Stop it.
Know what our audience likes, and we give it to them. I want specifically what they like.
Okay, you know what men like, Bill?
No, I'm
talking about...
That's it. Throw it right back in his face.
Yeah, I like
You know what men like, Bill? Men like talking about things like fucking and sports.
And loofah sponges and jerking off with a producer on the phone.
Right,
They love doing that.
Right.
That's why this is so much fun to listen to after the fact.
My cock is so big, I want to rub it like a loofah sponge all over your face. Yeah, way to get him, fella.
Talk about sex, talk about sports, talk about entertainment, hanging with their friends,
talk about
TV shows.
Talk about sex.
No,
sex is
there's
number one.
There's sex in there, sure. We wouldn't consider sex number one on our show. No way. No way.
Every time I tune in...
The media likes to
well, wait a minute. Every time I tune into your program, there's a babe taking off her top, or there's a discussion of lesbians.
I listen every day, Bill.
You see? You see what I mean?
What?
Humorless jack off.
He is an... You see what I mean?
Yeah, you 6'8" jerk off. We understand what you mean. It was a joke. It was a joke. What a fucking tool.
This just enrages me.
Go allegedly have phone sex with your...
my cock is so big.
Cohorts. Yeah.
Is it really? A loofah sponge, you cornball.
Butt plug.
But we're bad news,
Did
right,
you say
Phil?
butt plug?
There was supposed to be a butt plug involved.
Oh, how great is that?
Yes, great.
Yeah.
What I mean?
Yeah.
Every time I tune in, there's a sexual theme. I'm not hearing the ball scores. If you took sex out of the Opie and Anthony show, a lot of dead air, you know what I mean?
There's still drugs and rock and roll.
What a dick. You know what I mean?
A lot of dead air, you know what I mean?
No, we don't. We fill it up. We fill it up.
Without any sex?
Sometimes we go weeks without doing anything. I'm telling you. I'm telling you.
I'm talking about on the air, not off the air.
No, on the air. It goes in stages, and we'll even check ourselves. And I'll go to Ann, Ann, we're getting a little too much sex on the show lately. Let's back off, and then we'll.
This is easy. Sex is easy. You know
it is. If you cannot be successful in this business just doing sex every day.
So, should the shock jocks have been fired for their latest stunt? Joining us now are Bob Peters.
This is where it gets good with the Grease Man.
Oh, here they go.
This is the Grease Man and some other expert that they found.
Latest stunt. Joining us now are Bob Peters. Bob's the president of Morality in Media. And in Washington, Doug Track. He's a radio talk show host. He's known as the Grease Man.
Yeah, the Grease Man.
What, it'd take them 5 minutes to find experts? Jesus. The Grease Man is going to be the radio expert. The guy that fucked up worse than anyone in radio.
Host. He's known as the Grease Man. Well, Mr. Peters, why don't you react to the decision to fire these guys?
Well, I think it's great in two respects. I think they merited being fired. They should have been fired a long time ago. But, I regard myself as a political conservative, and I say, one of the best ways to, reduce the size of government is to reduce the need for it. And when corporations, even after a long delay, do the right thing, there's less need for government. So I'm glad Infinity Broadcasting, for once, has done the right thing.
Mr. Track, you've been caught in situations where you've actually lost your job because of some things that you've said on the air. How do you feel about this decision affecting these two guys?
Well, when you think about it, with some of the stuff that's gone on in churches already, maybe they should be looking on the bright side. At least the people in there were of age and heterosexual.
Look at the pencil in his mind. Of age and heterosexual.
The fucking grease man.
I'm making funnies here. Let's go back to the grease man.
About this decision affecting these two guys.
Well, when you think about it, with some of the stuff that's gone on in churches already, maybe they should be looking on the bright side. At least the people in there were of age and heterosexual. I wish they'd fire some of the priests that get caught having sex in church as fast as they fire these guys. But when you hire a show like that...
Some of them may end up in jail, the priests.
Well, let's hope so. That'd be a great thing. When you hire a show like this that's more based on stunts, pranks, going over the edge... This is the kind of thing that you have to watch out for. I try to do a show that I paint pictures, I use the language, I do words. But if you have a show that's going to be, can you top this with the nearest naked man jumps into hot chocolate, somebody amputates testicles of a pig on the air for entertainment value, you have to keep going to the next level and the next level and the next level. And I think these guys were doing what they were paid to do. It's like a wife that cooks and cleans and does everything for you. She breaks wind in bed one night, boom, she's out of there. The marriage is over. I think these guys were doing what they got paid to do, and companies that hire this kind of show have to deal with the burning remnants of the aftermath.
The burning remnant. You know, you could actually commit someone with audio like that. Against his will, you could have him committed to a mental institution.
If he breaks wind in bed.
In bed, breaks wind.
By the way, the guy had no idea what kind of show we did.
No. He had no clue.
Read a few headlines and just assumed that's what our show was all about all the time.
Oh, what a buffoon.
What a dope.
Burning remnants of the aftermath.
Well, Mr. Peters, he makes, in some sense, a good point, which he says is that the management told him to do it. Of course, if the management told me to do that kind of stuff, I wouldn't do it. But does that then mean that the management itself ought to be held accountable, that perhaps their license suspended, their license revoked? How do you feel about that?
Well, I tell you, I mean, my concern about a revocation is that the FCC simply has not been doing its job in terms of upholding the public interest standard for broadcasters. And then all of a sudden, literally probably out of decades of taking no strong action, suddenly they're going to try to revoke a license. I mean, had the FCC been doing its job all along, in my opinion, this would have never happened. But even if it had happened, in such a circumstance, the FCC would have been well within its rights, in my opinion, to pull the license.
Mr. Track, these guys had a 3-year, $30 million deal that they signed in June 2001.
Where's my cut?
Wait a minute, what?
Where's my cut?
What? It wasn't that high.
Relax, $30 million.
Relax, Ritz.
Where's my...
It's only half that.
I should get $15 million. 3-year, $30 million, people.
Million?
That's it.
Yes. Supposedly, we were splitting $10 million a year.
Yeah.
Just
10 mil.
Just more lies that the media just spews out.
You guys wouldn't settle for that lowly, paltry sum.
Dollar deal that they signed in June 2001. Now, these guys had been in Boston. I understand they were in Boston. I've been told that they were fired because on April Fool's Day they went on and said that the mayor had been shot and killed and they lost their jobs. Then they come...
Wait, I never heard that.
Shot and killed?
This is Fox News Channel.
This guy is a dope.
Just reporting the facts wrong.
Shot and killed.
Shot and killed?
Was he just reporting Menino was shot and killed? He should be fired.
It was a car accident.
Right.
Shot and killed.
Stop it.
Why is this guy allowed to broadcast?
And we said that there was a prostitute in the car. Like, the whole story got ridiculous. They never report on that.
Right, that it was obviously a fake news story.
It was a fake news story because he was driving and there was a prostitute, a young male prostitute, I think, in the car with him.
Something. The story just got more and more ridiculous as the afternoon went on. But now it's been reduced to that we told everyone that the mayor was shot and killed.
Yeah.
You're on Fox News. Where's the responsibility?
Because on April Fool's Day, they went on and said that the mayor had been shot and killed and they lost their jobs. Then they come to New York and they signed a deal for $30 million. Is it likely that, after this, they're going to go somewhere else and sign a bigger deal?
That's great.
Should we answer that question? We turned out just fine.
Well, yeah.
To answer your question, sir.
Uh-huh.
Let's face it, what they did was probably in bad taste, and every now and then you can make a mistake on the air. Lord knows, I live in a glass house myself. The deal is, I don't think they'll come back with a major company right away because major companies are afraid of protests and people wandering around and shareholders getting nervous and stock prices going up and down. But I think in time, if they've learned from this brutal acid test of what works and what doesn't work, they can find a local station with an owner with some guts and probably resurface back to where they were.
A local station?
Yeah, we were going to do that, Grease Man.
But he actually wasn't that far off as far as a major company being so panic-stricken with their worry about the protests.
Yeah.
And I remember somebody else had a local station suggestion. You guys got to move out to Seattle and start in a small market.
No. It was all or nothing. It was either satellite
radio. Yeah, we weren't
radio,
going back to a small market.
It was either satellite radio or a very, very, very big market.
Or I was just going to take my $15 million and leave.
Yeah.
I would have given you $15 million, but I forgot to put the paperwork through.
And by the way, major radio companies gave us a call immediately.
We were under contract with the stupid Infinity. We couldn't do anything. We couldn't take a job. We were offered jobs. We just couldn't take it.
Mr. Peters, what impact do you think this kind of radio has on young people?
Well, I'm a media watcher, and I don't know how many times over the last several years I've seen articles specifically on the decline of civility in the United States in public life, affecting people of all ages. And I don't say I've never read an article where the impact of media hasn't been mentioned, but it would be the exception. I think most people attribute, at least to some extent, a decline in civility in public life affecting people of all ages. Now, if it can affect some of us adults...
Yet it's popular, isn't it? It's hard to understand.
Well, I live in New York City, yes. and Howard Stern, to my knowledge, is the most, quote-unquote, popular radio talk show host in New York City. But, out of the people who are listening to radio in the New York City metro area, it's about 7%. 93% of radio listeners don't watch Howard Stern, listen to him, and I don't listen to radio, so I don't even count.
Mr. Track, very quickly, I want to give you the last word here. Does this affect young people negatively? Why is it so popular?
I don't think it affects young people negatively. I think negative young people are attracted to this. I think nowadays you have people on the air who really necessarily can't create magic, so they destroy. They break things up. And I think there's enough disenfranchised people. If you look at some of the music videos, some of the junk that's out there where people are throwing up and breaking things and smashing and dying in wrecks and dismembering themselves, I don't think this affects people. I think it just draws the already offbeat crowd into a house of pain.
I want to thank you for both of you gentlemen for being with us. This may be the beginning of a significant change on the radio. We'll have to see.
And it was, by the way.
It kind of was.
Kind of was. That's about 3 years ago.
That started the whole ball rolling.
Yep. And that was Greaseman's big moment in the sun. And
then bye-bye.
Then he went back to his tiny, tiny little radio station in the middle of nowhere.
Rowdy.
To try to rebuild his radio career.
Yeah, but he wasn't
and
really...
he's still trying.
He wasn't really trashing you guys, though.
He could go fuck himself.
I don't like him either, myself.
He had no idea what we were about and what our show was about.
Why don't you stop, Rich? Side with the
it's great that they have those people come on and comment on stuff they really don't know anything about. They just grabbed the Grease Man.
He had his big moment in the sun. He thought it would lead to some bigger things for him. Nah, he's still broadcasting to a tiny little station.
No wonder they drag them behind trucks there.
Where he has to sell his own advertisement for his radio show.
Let's hear what Voss Manelli has to say. That was obviously you were a big Grease Man fan.
No, I never heard the guy in my life. But when he said it attracts, negative type listeners and stuff, I don't think he was attacking. I think the other guy was the real You know what I'm saying.
Yeah, of course we
No.
No, we don't, Rich. Silly goose.
Sometimes I don't articulate like I like to.
Yes.
It attracts negative people. There are people that are completely normal that
Yeah,
love
of
this
course.
type of radio.
That's right.
How about
Stupid
the church-going
comment.
lad that decides he's going to kill his family? Was it the church? That's a good thing that he goes to, wholesome. And he's killing people, things like that. I can't remember his name. But it was, raised in a nice family, things like that. No evil like these radio shows influencing them. And bad people are just bad people. I don't care. It's not what they listen to.
I always say good people do good and bad people do bad. That's what I always say.
That's a good thing to say, Jimmy.
I say it a lot. And
All
I
right.
say it obsessively.
We're going to take a quick break, and then we're going to get the editor of Giant Magazine in studio.
Uh-huh.
You're next, buddy.
Jamie Hooper.
Is that his name?
Are you coming in, Mr. Hooper?
Oh, Jamie Hooper, founder of Giant Magazine. Oh, look at that.
Ooh.
Let's see how
Can I
this
have the
comes
paper
out.
towels?
All right.
They're right there. All right, here we go. I got a break. All right, we're back with the Opie and Anthony program. The O&A virus spreading across America. Dun, dun. We had another assault on the media yesterday. It was great. Want to thank Donkey Sausage. She, I guess she went down to Madison Square Garden. They were talking about the hockey strike being over.
Yeah.
And they interviewed her about it. And as she's being interviewed, another guy from whackbag.com was just standing there. It's your friend, right? BJ? BJ was standing there with his Opie and Anthony T-shirt, clear as day, right next to Donkey Sausage.
Oh, yeah?
It was
an assault?
Yeah, it was a nice assault on the media. I don't think it's going to be good enough to win the prize for the month of July. Every month we're going to do this assault on the media, and the best one for the month will win some fine prizes. This month it's a MyFi and a day in the studio with the show. So you can check out Donkey Sausage and BJ. It's up on foundrymusic.com and opieandanthony.com.
Did you hear the audio of that?
Yeah.
Did she get a Pat Battle reference in?
I think they cut it out, though, because here's the audio right here.
It's going to be great. Nothing but fighting and beating the hell out of each other. It makes, the game worthwhile.
That was it?
That's it?
I heard that BJ has a huge hog, too, that little bastard. He's a little minx.
There you go. So they interviewed her about the hockey thing, and he's just standing right next to her with this weird look on his face with his Opie and Anthony T-shirt.
Nice.
So we got about 4 or 5 seconds of exposure.
There's a real technique to interviewing people.
Yeah, I hope you're good at it, Jimmy.
It's going to be awful.
You think so?
I'm going to be a floundering little fat
You'll
tit.
do good.
No,
They're
I
your
won't.
heroes.
We're going to have your interviews tomorrow from Ozfest.
So,
Yes.
how do you feel about the new project? Cricket.
Oh, no.
It's going to make Voss's Hannity interview look like a Barbara Walters special.
Do you have a question list?
Yeah, I'm making some.
Oh. Are you
going to interview
Are they
Ozzy?
good?
No. He doesn't talk Dave Show, really.
Are they good questions?
Not really. I have some for Bill, some for Tony, some for Geezer, and then some just Sabbath in general.
Are these one-on-ones, or are you going to sit with all of them at once?
We might be doing Geezer and Tony together.
I don't know. I thought they were all individual.
Being escorted. Sorry.
Steve, I can't hear you. What?
You're going to be escorted to each one of their trailers individually because they have a little sequestered area behind Ozfest. Bill Burr might be there as well, but I think it's just going to be you and me backstage with them.
Yeah, because if it's all right, if it's anybody backstage, Florentine has to get a photo with Geezer, but that's off the record.
Holy shit.
What?
It's already setting up the pictures.
I know. They're just
already setting
Florentine,
up the photos.
Isn't this a discussion you guys should have in the car
It
down
will be
to
over
Ozfest?
and over and over
No,
again.
but
I'm
you
already-
understand.
There's someone in L.A. listening to this going, who the fuck cares?
Exactly.
Who's Geezer?
Forget it.
Now Jimmy's mad.
Come on.
Are you mad?
No, we'll talk about something else.
Are you mad? I'm sorry.
No,
It was your little thing. I'm sorry.
Yeah, go on.
I can't
No,
wait
Jimmy's
to hear.
mad. I'm
No,
sorry.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, I'm sorry, Jimmy. Let's.
Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, she's hot. That's big. It's flyer than normal magazines.
Oh, no. Round 2 today?
I want to
I
hear.
was just fucking with you. Now we do want to
I
hear.
like the idea of Jimmy interviewing somebody. And are they going to give you a good thing to record this on?
Yeah, we'll be all set. We got one of those mini recorders, those digital ones.
And are you guaranteed interviews, by the way?
Yeah, they've been all set up in advance. We have so much help from the Jaeger people, from the Sanctuary people.
But who are you guys guaranteed to talk to?
Guaranteed, absolutely. Zach Wilde, Geezer Butler, Tony Iommi, and Was the other one I said? Bill Ward?
Bill Ward.
This is such a difficult thing to do. Like, to record an interview. It's different on the air because, you're on the fly, it's live, it's going. But to sit there and go, all right, I'm going to turn this on now. Right. It's like, I am so frightened for you, Jimmy. It's like a very scary thing to do.
I choke. I panic.
Do you?
Yeah.
And these guys don't really do these things. So, I mean, it was a big deal to get Jimmy, set aside in their buses or trailers, one-on-one with these guys.
I think it's going to be great tomorrow.
Could you see if it gets all screwed up and you hear, like, all right, the tape recorder bumbling on the table and go, all right, let me turn this on. Click. All right, that was a great interview. Thanks, guys. And it's on when you think it's off, so you miss the entire thing.
We will do dry
And
runs.
it was great. Yeah, please make sure he...
yeah.
Not that I doubt your intelligence or anything, Jimmy, but as far as technical things go and recording
Are you writing out
equipment,
your questions?
Yeah, I got a few. A few written down.
Can you read one of them?
They won't make any sense.
Why do you have big spaces? Is that
I
for
love
the
how
answer?
confident he is. They won't make any sense.
He's been preparing all morning.
Just little ideas.
Little ideas.
Come on, Jimmy.
Can I suck your hog?
Check this box for Yex.
I'm sorry, Jimmy.
For Yex.
I want to
He's
go.
already nervous.
I want to go on record without winking at Jimmy or anything, and I want to say that I'm sorry because I realize that it is a very big day for you today, and I downplayed it a little too much.
It is a very big day.
And I realized that from the look on your face that you really wanted to smash me, and I just want to clear the air before we go into a 45-minute nonsense argument.
And I'll say in fairness, probably that
And I didn't wink. Because
the
Jimmy had to point that out one day when
the Florentine remark about how he needs a picture probably could have been settled in the car on the way down, as opposed to in front of 50 states.
Yeah.
That was probably a thought I should have kept to myself.
We'll be in the car for like an hour and a half. We can discuss all
and
that.
we will, and I'll have to pull over and shit somewhere too, because my body empties when I get nervous.
Are you interviewing Jada Pinkett? They said.
Yeah, we got Jada Pinkett.
You got Jada Pinkett?
Yeah.
What are you going to ask her?
I don't know. How big's Will's cock?
That's a good question.
You're not going to get Jada Pinkett.
Yeah, she's going to be at the Jaeger booth today. So
they might get these people.
Really? Yeah. And she tours with her whole family, so Will's going to be there too.
Ooh.
So.
Jim, you're going to record all the ugliness, right? Because it'll be so much fun to see how you attempt to do this tomorrow.
I'm a bad interviewer. I panic. I can't do it.
It's probably not one of your strengths, that's all.
I'm abominable. I watched the Ozzy interview again last night, actually, just for inspiration, and it was really cool. I feel confident sending Anthony down.
Oh, no.
I sat there just staring at him.
No. You asked some very fun, little
sensitive,
fan-type questions.
All right.
Very endearing.
Voss, congrats to Voss and Bonnie on the show. What's that about?
Oh, I don't. Oh, we taped our pilot, and it tested well and everything, and it's up to one person now. Everybody loves it. It's up to
who?
Up to one, the head of Comedy Central.
Doug Herzog. It's always got to go through him, though.
But everybody, it went real well. And Bonnie taped Letterman last night. She'll be on Friday.
Friday on Letterman. Nice.
Killed.
Really?
6 applause breaks.
You were there?
I was. Of course. I'm always in the dressing room when she's on now. I used to have, But it was funny because I was standing outside, and I'm outside with her and Eddie, who books the show, and going over her set and stuff. And the guy from Will and Grace comes walking up, who was on the show last night.
Which one?
Sean, is that his name? Or
I have no idea.
The gay one, the real gay. So he comes walking up, and Eddie says to her, I'll introduce you to him. He walks up. He comes up to me. He goes, man, you're a funny guy, really funny. He shakes my hand and looks at Bonnie and just keeps walking. So now Bonnie's going to tell her, he's telling everybody he did the show with me,
I'm sure he's telling everybody.
No, not everybody, but
he's told no one.
Sean Hayes?
Yeah, that guy.
Okay. But
flamboyant
guy.
Man.
It was really funny. So watch it Friday night.
All right. Well, the pressure's on. We have to talk to Jamie Hooper, founder of Giant Magazine.
Let's bring him in. You remember last time a representative from Giant Magazine came over? And it was a guy, what was he, a writer? He was the movie review guy.
We could ask Jamie.
And it really didn't go well.
And Jimmy pointed out that this is obviously much more important than him talking about Ozfest. So let's let the listeners be the judge. This could be awful. I mean, hi Jimmy.
No,
he's right next to me. I didn't look up.
It's not.
They shut it off out there, so I didn't hear what
Did
they were
they?
saying.
Oh, really? No, we didn't trash it too bad. You have XM at Giant headquarters?
No.
See, if you did, then
we're working on it.
Then you could go back there and you could listen to your interview because this show plays all day long.
Replays.
All right.
Now, the last representative from Giant Magazine, what was his name?
Rich.
Does he still have a job?
He does.
He's
a better writer than a talker, maybe.
Wow. Maybe that's it. Did you get to hear his interview?
I didn't. You guys said you were going to send a tape. We didn't get one. So.
Oh, really?
Oh, you know. I really wanted to hear it to prepare for my.
I don't know what to think of it. It was a really bad day.
Did he come back and say it went well?
He did not.
He didn't?
No, he didn't.
Oh, wow. So he's a pretty honest person.
So he's honest?
No, he's honest. He's honest. He knew he was maybe a little stiff.
A little stiff is the word for it. That's good.
We found out that he was expert on movies, so we're asking about all the movies that were coming out, and he was like, yeah, that's going to be a good one.
Yeah, it wasn't very...
That's about all he had. Remember Batman Returns, and he said, yeah, it looks like this is going to be good.
Yeah. There's really not much insight on his comments.
Well, here's the thing, man. Sometimes guys that are really good at writing aren't that good at speaking.
Are you?
Yeah. I'm better at speaking than writing.
Are you doing the Jim Gaffigan story?
The Jim Gaffigan story? People say I look like him, so I don't know.
That was a good one.
Just do that.
Why?
Boss.
He looks like him.
A little bit.
And this is radio.
Oh, okay.
Nobody can see me.
He's marking down his good lines and bad lines.
Are you really?
Paper.
Are you really?
I don't know who's keeping score because he's got 4 good and 3 bad.
Be careful, that paper's going to tip over.
You don't have 4 good lines today.
Yeah, I had 4 good lines. I had 2 right up front.
Why are you keeping track of your lines?
Because you know, I get a lot of negative feedback, and I need something to fight. You know, I need proof.
But why read all that stuff?
Because I'm lonely.
All right. So Jamie, founder of Giant Magazine,
yes,
I like the magazine.
Good, thanks a lot, man.
I said it to the last representative that was here, and then
Yep.
he didn't explain the magazine at all.
No. Oh, really? Oh, man,
no.
I could talk your ear off about it.
Yeah. Well,
if you want.
Well, why don't you give us just a little overview why this magazine's different than the other ones? Because,
Right.
I mean, let's be honest, there's a lot of these type of magazines out there, the men's magazines.
Sure. Well, the thing about Giant is it's less about telling you how to get laid, and I know you guys like those kind of things, but it's a little less about that, and it's a lot more about entertainment. Just being the guy that, when you're with your friends, sort of endlessly quoting movies like Spinal Tap, or quoting Simpsons episodes, or The Shining, or Full Metal Jacket. We've got all the classics in here. We sort of a magazine that knows that the stuff that we grew up with is just important to us as the stuff that's coming out next. You know, it's the stuff that we emotionally connect with and we love, and just makes our conversations with each other. So
there's a lot of guys in here in suits.
Yeah, well, it's a fall issue, so we had to kind of take care of our fashion advertisers a little bit. But we got some cool guys in these clothes, though. Jeremy Piven, he was great. Eddie Griffin's funny. Will Arnett. We do Paul Dinella. Have you guys seen Strangers with Candy? It's a fantastic show.
What is that?
And it was a show on Comedy Central. Only ran for 2 seasons. It had Amy Sedaris in it.
Stephen Colbert.
Stephen Colbert. Genius. Weird show.
And what happened to the show?
Well, they canceled it, but then they got funding to make a movie. David Letterman's company is producing their movie.
Why did they cancel it?
Just not enough. Audience was just too small.
Just wasn't
but
there?
It was really funny. It was just too smart. It was just too good. That happens sometimes.
Tough crowd.
Look, we got Sarah Silverman in here.
Yeah, cool. She's. We wanted her in because of the Aristocrats, and which is comedians. You guys know all about the Aristocrats, right?
No, they didn't ask me to do it.
Honestly,
me.
Do you guys really know what the Aristocrats thing is about, though? Yeah. Is it something that does go on? You want to explain the Aristocrats?
Yeah, well, it's sort of like mostly Friars Club comedians, sort of getting together and telling the dirtiest joke ever told, and everyone's got a different version of it. It's about a family in showbiz, and they do depraved things to each other, and the jokes just go on and on and on. Sarah Silverman's one of these people. Gilbert Godfrey's another. Getting a lot of press for it.
Otto and George.
Did he?
A lot.
And the movie's coming out, and they're saying it's one of the dirtiest movies ever made, as far as language and stuff goes.
Oh, really?
And yeah, it's getting a big time buzz.
It's big time buzz, and the AMC theater chain is helping it a lot because they refuse to carry the movie.
Yeah, but it has nothing. They're not carrying it because
of the language they won't carry?
No,
that's what they say.
Yeah, that's what they say, but they're not going to air it because it's not going to make them money. They don't think because there's no big studio pushing it or a big director. So it's about money. It has nothing to do with language.
So basically, the movie's going to be just a bunch of comedians doing their version of the Aristocrats joke.
Right. It's a documentary.
Okay.
Yeah.
And they pretty much try to top each other on how they tell the joke.
The more depraved, the better.
I think we're going to have the director in here in a few days or maybe next week or something to talk about it.
Is it one joke?
Yeah.
It's
one
joke. It's the joke.
But it's how you tell it, I guess. Yeah. It's how you describe what the family's going to do in this act or something, this vaudeville act, right?
Yeah.
And then the punchline is what the director of the vaudevilles asks, "What do you call your act?" or something.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, and the punchline is the aristocrats. That's the punchline.
It's from the vaudeville days.
So you hearing that joke, yeah.
Well, they walk in, and the director, or whoever, the producer of the show, says, "Tell me about your family," and then you go off and they talk about how they have sex with each other.
You let it rip, yeah.
You let it rip.
You guys haven't done it, right?
No, well, they already filmed it.
But they talk about this movie like comedians have been doing this behind the scenes for forever. Have you guys ever gotten in a situation where you're retelling the aristocrats joke to each other?
Never have we ever done that.
I've never heard of that joke.
Neither have I.
Ever.
And the punchline stinks in the end.
Yeah, we just got to see the movie. I mean, it's not out yet. It's out.
They got great comics. They got Carlin.
The director will be in studio tomorrow.
Paul Provenza, right?
And this is also who we only remember from Full House with Bob Saget. This is kind of his big return to comedy. Where he
Half-Baked.
Right.
Well, everyone says
he proves that he's funny again.
Everyone says that he's one of the dirtiest comics out there, right?
Yeah.
You guys have told me. I think.
Yeah, he's pretty dirty.
Yeah, he's underrated out there, I guess so.
Really dirty. So, all right. Why do we go down that road? Because you're talking about the aristocrats in the magazine?
Well, we wanted to get Sarah Silverman in the magazine because she's sort of like, in a way, kind of a perfect girl for us. And in some ways, she's really funny and cute and great. Yeah. So this was like the perfect moment.
Are you guys doing features on comedians?
Every week?
Well, sort of throughout. We don't have any features planned right now. I mean, there's, only so many pages. There's a lot of beautiful women to do.
We have a big-time comedian in the studio today.
Well, we'll have to talk after the show.
Yeah, A.
Means
why don't you give Norton some credit?
You guys are mean to each other.
That's a good line.
What do you guys think of Misha Barton? How's she looking here?
Very hot. Extremely hot. What show is she from?
She's the OC.
Oh, okay. I don't watch the OC. Anthony was commenting about the Full Metal jacket piece you guys got in your latest magazine.
Yeah, this was great. I mean, this is really, I think, one of the best things we've ever done. It's
very cool.
The early sort of pages of this book came across, and who knew 20 years ago that Matthew Modine took all these photographs, and we hadn't really heard much from Matthew Modine, since Vision Quest, I guess, in the 80s. But so he sent over the book. We kind of just got totally freaked out by it. Love the movie. Seen it. We've all seen it 50 times. And then we interviewed him, and he sort of talked over the whole thing, kind of narrated where these pictures came from, and there's a lot of funny anecdotes and stuff attached to them. So.
I like the whole thing about Gunny, how he wasn't cast as the.
No,
he was a sergeant.
He was a consultant, and so he would come in, and I guess the actor would go off to the side because he would get tired of screaming at the screaming at the actors. Mm-hmm. Then Hartman would come in and just start, and then they fired the actor.
Yeah, they used what's his name, Arlie Army.
Yeah.
So he was just wow, that's amazing. He was just consulting.
He was a consultant, yeah.
But did a better job than the actor and said, all right, it's
and
yours.
Then that launched his career. And now the last thing Modine sort of was, he said, I called him up the other day, and because Army has an action figure now, and he said. Modine says to him, "Hey man, I saw your doll," and he screamed back into the phone, "It's an action figure, god damn it!"
Yeah, he doesn't like it being called a doll.
One of the best moments on our show, we interviewed him, and we had him like redo the lines, but add our names into it. It was great. Him just abusing us. It was a lot of fun that day. We got to get him back on.
Yeah.
What else is in Giant Magazine there, Jamie?
Well, we sort of have a return of Piper Paraboo, if you remember her from Coyote Ugly. She was the lead girl dancing on the bar. Everybody remembers her, and then she sort of went away as well. Now she's back with a movie called The Cave, which is coming out this fall. She's just really hot, cute, and a great interview too. I mean, just very, she wanted to do the indie thing, so Coyote Ugly kind of freaked her out. She got a little too famous. Wanted to do it for the art, for the role, and so she was in 5 or 6 indie movies that no one saw, and now she's decided she wants to be a Hollywood actor again. So.
And David Patrick Kelly, interview with David Patrick Kelly in the back. You know who that is? Opie?
I do. That was actually when we were sketching.
That guy that did that thing.
Right there. No, you passed it.
From
of
course
Come
I know
on.
who he is.
Warriors.
Yeah, from the Warriors, right?
Warriors 48 Hours.
Yeah.
Yep.
Commando.
I mean, this is like this page every issue. We've done it since the beginning. is kind of my favorite page in the magazine because it's like the guy that we all know, but you just don't know. Like, oh my God, it's that guy, and he's like in 80, 90 movies.
Right.
And so we just started interviewing these guys. These are guys that are never covered in magazines, never invited on your show, never, you know.
Hey, this guy would be invited in a second.
Yeah, he would be.
As a huge star.
He would be an A-list celebrity.
Yes.
Have you ever interviewed Parker Posey?
I didn't do the interview with Parker. We did her on this. We did her in the second issue. Actually, we shot her.
She's great. How come she doesn't go mainstream?
You know,
They asked one of the interns for a bat.
That's a great question.
Why are you a huge Parker Posey fan?
Huh? She's a great actress.
Why hasn't she
I think
gone
she's great.
mainstream?
Why did she go mainstream? She's a great actress.
Well, we asked her
She's
that.
They asked her. I said, no, it's a goddamn good question.
Do you have a section on your paper for dumb questions
That's
that you
a
ask?
fucking great question. What's wrong with you?
Yeah, it's great. Anthony's yawning. Anthony hasn't yawned in 3 months.
You guys don't like
During
Parker?
the show.
Parker's
love
hot,
Parker
man.
Posey.
She's great.
We
She's
like
great.
her, but we don't need to know why she hasn't gone mainstream. What the fuck does that mean?
And also, but on the same vein, what do you feel about Dustin Diamond and his conservative political views on fiscal responsibility? You should be executed.
Mainstream?
Mainstream
Will you
Parker
explain
Posey.
yourself?
Okay,
Because then you go and say that's a great question.
Because Parker Posey, one, is a great actress and great looking, but she only does small independent movies. How come she hasn't gone to Hollywood and done mainstream films? That's a normal question you would ask about an actress.
She told us. She told us.
Okay.
What did she say?
What was the answer?
She can't get the job.
Yeah,
She auditions. She don't get hired.
Perhaps Rich Voss should be on
Which
the.
there's a few actresses
should be the producer,
trying to be in
casting
mainstream
director.
films in Hollywood.
I mean, we think she's great. We think she belongs there. She does too.
Jesus.
Parker Posey. I could just see the photoshops now. You and Parker Posey are going to be all over that message board.
Oh my God. Then, of course, you do the DVD reviews and the movie reviews.
Yeah, we do a ton. We do a ton.
A lot more than other magazines. It seems like the DVD section goes on forever, and then a music review section.
Yep. This is really funny too. She's in that little independent film that's coming out next year called Superman. You fucking idiot!
Oh man,
she's in the new Superman movie.
She gets small roles. She gets small roles in big movies.
Action blockbuster.
I'm kind of bummed. The last issue of Giant Magazine had a great section that I noticed you didn't do in this month's issue.
Parker Posey and what she's up to? No?
Basically, it was people that have died.
Oh, the obituary,
The obituary section, but it's not the big stars that, get all the headlines when they die. It's these little-known actors and actresses that you kind of remember from these films, and you had no idea they died.
Well,
the chick from Meet the Parents.
Right, yeah, she had a heart attack. She was the sister, Terry Polo's sister in the movie. She caught the mud in the face, yeah.
Well, she was the one that also got hit with the volleyball in the pool, right?
Exactly.
And was bleeding?
She took a lot of abuse.
I heard she had a flu or something, went to the hospital,
and
they sent her home, and it turned out she had pneumonia, and,
she died. It was sad. I don't know, it was a little bit of a downer. I don't know. We want to change
It was really interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, there's got to be a way to rework that.
Well, we did rework it. It's called Death. It's on page 42. We wanted to make it maybe not so much about people who really died, but things that maybe should die or have already died in our minds.
Like what?
Lollapalooza.
Lollapalooza, yeah. And they keep trying to bring that thing back.
Well, now it's sort of a one-weekend thing. It was the first of the kind of big mega tours, and it was in Chicago last weekend, and I think for 2 days it was fine, but we should call it Lollapathetic here.
Lollapathetic, okay. It was.
It was. You mean it's still going on?
It's still happening, but it's
what are the acts?
The usuals,
Yeah.
Weezer. Dinosaur Jr. was in it, reunited.
How about that?
And here's something really interesting in the stats section. AC/DC, Angus & Company have outsold these 10 legendary artists. Who knew? They have outsold Bruce Springsteen, Madonna, Michael Jackson?
Yeah.
AC/DC has outsold Michael Jackson?
Yep. This is RIAA certified. Yeah, well, it's just
Are we talking about albums?
Albums. Album sales.
Who knew that?
Mariah Carey, Whitney Houston, they have outsold U2. U2 has sold 48 million albums, and AC/DC's up to 63 million albums.
AC/DC is the biggest rock band.
Wow.
In rock history.
No idea.
Yep.
Willie Nelson, they outsold Prince, Bob Dylan, and Bon Jovi. AC/DC.
Slim Whitman
Slim Whitman, yeah, they
outsell Slim Whitman.
They beat out Slim.
Yeah. He sold more albums than the Beatles and Elvis combined. Remember that commercial for Slim Whitman?
God, people are now calling in with all the movies that Parker Posey has
we were
been
a little
in,
rough on Parky.
including Blade Trinity. That was a little movie, I guess.
Waiting for Guffman.
Chris in Connecticut, go ahead.
Hi.
We should look her up on IMDb.
Yeah.
Huh?
Parker Posey was in Blade Trinity. I don't know how much more commercial you can get than that.
Fucking Voss.
I didn't see it.
Hey,
Why doesn't she go mainstream?
All right. Let's say hi to Joe in Florida. Joe, what's up?
Yo, how you doing, boys?
All right.
Hey, just wanted to comment on the Aristocrats movie.
Okay.
Like a year ago, I had sent over to Steve the South Park version of that joke, which you can find on the web.
Okay.
Just Google it. It's well worth playing.
All right. Yeah, we'll play it on the show today.
Excellent. How about you guys go to break and a little on-air dedication to the Philips file phone screeners and play a little Lady McCartney?
I don't get that one though.
Somebody in the chat room was saying she's an amputee.
Oh Jesus. All right, Joe. Thank you.
You got it, Ope.
All right.
Thanks for keeping it light, Joe.
What else you want to say there about Giant Magazine, Jamie?
Well, up front, if you go, the Big Lebowski Festival, I don't know if you guys watch this movie or you're fans of it.
Of course, yes.
I mean, this is a movie like a lot like Office Space and other things that just didn't do much business at box office, and now on DVD, the whole thing is just blown up and it's cult.
I gotta tell you,
cults form around this movie.
This is where Ant and I differ. I tried Office Space again. I'm not in.
You gotta watch it 18 times.
I'm not in on the joke.
Yeah, that's what people.
18 times.
It's so slow to me.
Yeah.
But it's huge. I understand. There's a huge cult following as far as that movie goes.
Opie, do you ever work in a cubicle?
No.
Yeah.
You had to.
That might be having to deal with some of these people, and
if you had worked in a cubicle, man,
it's right on, right?
You'd connect.
All
Yeah,
right.
It's brutal. But so we did this thing on the Big Lebowski's so big now that there's festivals around it. So people get dressed up like the characters, and they show up in New York and Louisville and L.A.
That's sad.
And they bowl for a weekend, and they have contests about who has the best costume, and they all dress up like the characters. And
wow.
It's huge. I mean, Jeff Bridges showed up to the last L.A. one. We have a picture of him here with the founder. Right, exactly. So, I mean, there's like a lot of, it's magazine away for fans, for fans of all kinds of different things. Mostly movies, but we do a lot of music and beautiful women.
When are you going to do a big article on how Hollywood is scared to do anything new and they're doing all remakes?
Well, we did a little piece on that. We want to do Parker Posey again, I think.
Yeah, do Parker again.
That's a good question, Rich.
All of Rich's.
Relax. That's a very good question. Don't get nervous.
Take all of Rich's suggestions.
This is the summer of the remake, though. You got to admit. Yeah. Bad News Bears, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, Longest Yard.
Sure. I mean, there's a lack of imagination.
The Honeymooners.
Oh, the Honeymooners.
Yeah, that did about $4 at.
Bewitched.
Bewitched.
Thank you.
The Honeymooners with all different casts.
Yeah, different casts.
I know.
Yeah, Gleason was rolling over in his grave.
No, absolutely. I think the difference though with
Can you really roll
Charlie
over in your grave though?
Whatever. It's a figure of speech.
I know, but I hate that one.
Okay. All right.
I'll tell you though. Do you guys see Charlie and the Chocolate Factory?
Yeah, I saw
Tim
it over the
Burton.
weekend.
I mean, guys, it's different.
It's well done. It's well done.
Johnny Depp's a great actor.
Johnny Depp is doing his Jim Carrey impression through the whole movie, though. A little Jim Carrey action there.
All right.
Parker's
been in 56 movies.
Yeah, she's been in such movies as A Mighty Wind, yes. Superman Returns she's going to be in. Blade Trinity, Frankenstein. I'm trying to look for the bigger
Josie and the
movies.
Pussycats.
She was in front of me at a Starbucks one time around the
Get
corner
out of
of my
here.
apartment. Yeah, she was buying coffee, and the guy went out and said something to him. Like, who was that? He went, Parker Posey.
Well, she has a twin sister, too.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's why I mentioned it was Parker Posey and not she has a sister.
You know a lot about Parker Posey.
Yeah.
She was in a little movie called Sleepless in Seattle.
Yeah.
So.
But I mean,
hopefully someday she'll get into the mainstream of Hollywood.
You've Got Mail also?
She played Tom Hanks' wife in You've Got Mail.
It's pretty mainstream. Same movie?
That was the exact same movie, yeah. Oh, she was in Dazed and Confused. Coneheads.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what?
She's been in a lot of these cult movies like Dazed and Confused and the
A Mighty Wind and Best in Show.
Right. So, Voss, it was like you were saying before. When are you going to do an article? There's this kid, Sylvester Stallone. He's looking for a break. Rich happened to notice him in a couple of films, and he wants to know.
Yeah, he's actually got his own magazine now. He doesn't need us.
And she has a twin brother, not a twin sister.
Ah.
Really?
Named Chris.
Not the first time you've made that gender error, is it, stupid?
Who practices law in Atlanta. There you go.
God, I'm learning so much more about my prey.
Ben is telling us you have to go.
One of Parker's interests is pottery.
Ben's talking into my headphone. He's saying Jamie's got to go.
Ben?
And he's waving his hand up and down like crazy. Any final words about Giant Magazine? This was definitely much better than the last.
Thanks a lot, guys. Yeah, it's been a lot of fun being here. I love talking about this stuff, and
you think you got everything out?
Magazine.
Anything else you want to mention?
I could go on for forever, but no, it's just great being here, and thanks for having me.
Yeah, it's too bad we only have an hour left in the show.
Wait, we got to get Ben in here.
Or we'll let you. You bringing Ben in, Jimmy?
Yes, Ben. I got a question for Ben.
All right.
I like your wall too.
The wall of chicks.
Yes.
Unbelievable.
The wall of hotness.
Yeah.
Are you out of New York?
Yeah, we're just down the road.
Yeah.
36th Street.
You want to feature us in the magazine? Give it a
What's
little boost?
What's he doing?
Sure.
Is that a yes or a fake yes? Let me show you, my friend. There's another.
We'll start a radio section.
There's another magazine on newsstands called Penthouse.
I know.
And you're talking to shock jocks Opie and Anthony. They're finally censor-free. What's next in the September 2005 issue, my friend?
Congratulations.
And it's not just
a top-plate publication.
It's not a small article. Let me show you how many pages they dedicated to the boys. What page are we on, Anthony?
Did they do a photo shoot with you too?
They did everything.
Let you keep your
Full
clothes on?
frontal nudity.
It's scary.
Let's just say this. We'll get back to you. We'll decide if we're going to be in Giant Magazine.
I'll do it any day.
Look at this. We got this photo.
Oh, you shouldn't do that.
On page 93. No. It goes to 94, goes to 95,
it's
96.
The one where we're urinating on each other.
97, all the way to 98. 5 pages.
Wow.
Dedicated to the fine guys you're talking to now.
Congratulations. Yeah, they've redone that thing. It's coming back.
Wow. Yeah.
Penthouse?
Yeah.
You think
new owner, new
you think
deal.
These magazines seriously are coming back? You're in the industry.
No, I just know there's a new owner of that one. No, I mean we think obviously different. I mean we think we're crazy about movies.
We've talked about this. It's tough because you get all this on the internet. So why would you go to the newsstand?
That's our theory.
I asked the question, and why would you go to the newsstand to pick this up?
I don't even understand the point other than the Opie and Anthony article.
Well, yeah,
it would be
hard to hide.
Well, that's why they get us to do an interview, hoping that our fans will pick up the magazine.
Right.
We understand how it works. I'm just wondering how well they're actually doing these days.
They're
the smut magazines.
Not well.
Not well at all.
I mean, the hardcore smut will always be there, always.
Right.
Fine.
Right.
It's the middle ground.
Like Bigums, right?
It's Playboy.
You ever check out Bigums?
I've never seen that.
Come to one of my show and you'll see a lot of them.
Bigums is a nice magazine.
Is that like
come to one of my show?
No,
that's bad.
One
that's
of my show.
Yeah, but that goes in the bad section, Rich.
You said one of, and then you kept it singular. Please.
One of my show.
One of my show.
Why was Ben saying he had to leave? I want to get Ben here.
Well, because we got other things we have to do after the break.
Other things besides John?
It's your shuttle launch station.
Oh, that's right. We're doing live coverage of the space shuttle.
Live coverage.
That's going down in 20 minutes
from here in the at the Cape where we're broadcasting.
Yeah,
from
we're
today.
getting a newsman in here to help us through the launch of the shuttle. Giant Magazine. Jamie Hooper, everyone, the founder of Giant Magazine. Continued success, my friend.
Thanks a lot. We'll talk to you soon.
Buy me a sheepshank.
There he goes, Jamie Hooper.
There he goes. Thank you, sir. Job well done.
Jamie!
Oh, you got a yo out of him, too. Oh, he's back. Here he comes.
Don't look. He walks out uncomfortably.
How horrible.
That was really uncomfortable, Jimmy. Thank you. Very uncomfortable.
All right, Derek.
Like sands through the hourglass, so is the O&A virus.
Pepper, what's up, buddy? BAM! They're still showing the video of that diver. And again, this is the third time in a row Fox News Channel showing it. BAM! Amazing. And they went for a fourth time of the video.
Fourth time in a row. Oh man, is she screwed up?
And they got her on Fox News, an exclusive interview with the diver.
Yeah, I'm gonna start out in the gym first and do progressions. First in the gym and then in the belts over the water, and my coach will help me. And I'll get through it. I'm planning on doing the dive again sometime this week and getting back in the water possibly whenever I get my stitches out.
Yeah, because they have said that, I mean, you penetrate the water pretty deep. That's going to put some pressure on your nose. That's not going to feel real good, is it?
Yeah, that's mainly why I did not compete in the synchro event on last Sunday, because
this
I
is
didn't
our
want the
exclusive
pressure.
interview
I knew it
with
was going
Chelsea
to be
Davis.
very painful, and it could have opened
Just go,
the cut right here on my head back up. So
yeah, I see
that's
that.
why I didn't
We see
compete.
the stitches.
Barbara, I'm sure your heart's going to be in your throat when you see her get back up there on the board, huh?
Nervous, Barbara?
Well, actually, I know that her coach will put her in the water belts over the board in the gym and in the pool, and I know that she will know where she is by the time she does the dive again. She'll probably go out fairly far into the pool for the first few times she does it, but I know that she can reclaim that fairly easily.
You're proud of her.
Well, Chelsea, I can't wish you enough success in the future. That is really something. We're glad you're here to talk about it. We hope those stitches close up quickly, and we wish you well in the future as you continue to compete. Worlds next year, huh?
Yeah, World Cup, hopefully.
Chelsea and Barbara, thanks.
We have, they've shown the clip, but we actually have audio.
Yeah?
Of her, yeah.
Hey, you guys. Oh, my nose!
Sounded like it hurt.
All right, we got a bunch of things we could do here. We got the Aristocrats stuff. Yeah, this movie's coming out. It's getting a huge buzz.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to have the director on tomorrow to talk about it. It's an old joke that old comedians have told for many, many years, and it's told differently by each comedian. So they decided to make a whole documentary on the joke, and they decided to get some of today's comedians and some of the old-timers to do their representation of the joke, I guess.
3 years they were filming this.
Really?
This movie, yeah.
So we got Penn Jillette. What is the Aristocrats all about? He explains this. And then we also have Cartman actually telling the Aristocrat joke.
Oh,
in his fashion.
What is the Aristocrats? It almost feels like the Da Vinci Code. It's some like weird secret thing.
Yeah, it's just because in the days of vaudeville and Jay Marshall, who's in our movie, who was in his 80s when he died recently, heard it when he was 8 in vaudeville by an old timer. So it goes back at least 100 years. And especially when in vaudeville you had to work so clean, the guys get together backstage and tell a joke, the purpose of which was to be as dirty, vile, and vulgar in the middle as possible.
If they wanted jokes at all, why don't they just take one of mine? That was a good line.
What do you guys think? Good or bad? All right, what's the count up to? Good lines to bad lines?
5 and 4, 5 good, 4 bad.
That's right. But if you're,
if I was a pro hitter.
Yeah, if you're in Major League Baseball, that's pretty good.
Or if you're an accurate scorer.
Yeah.
But now, if you said that, why didn't you use one of Boss's jokes if you wanted something that old?
Right.
It would have been funny.
It would have been funny if someone else said it.
Yeah, but yeah.
Isn't that odd?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is really weird that works out like that.
Here's Cartman doing the Aristocrats joke.
All right.
His way.
You guys want to hear a funny joke my grandpa told me? No? Okay, so this family walks into a talent agency. It's a mother, father, their son and daughter, and a little baby. The father says to the talent agent, "Sir, our family has an amazing act. We know if you would let us perform it for you, you would want to sign us." And the talent agent says, "Sorry, we don't sign family acts. They're too cutesy." But then the mother goes, "Please, sir, if you just give us 2 minutes, we know you'll like our act." So the talent agent says, "All right, you've got 2 minutes." The family jumps right into it. The mother smiles and points to the son, who hits play on a boombox. Thrilling circus music starts to play as the father spins his daughter around, bends her over, lifts up her skirt, and starts licking her asshole. What? Then the son lays down on the floor and opens his mouth, and the mother tears off tearaway pants, squats down over his face, and starts shitting all over him. Dude! Hold on. The father grabs the baby, takes off his diaper, and starts sucking his cock, right? While the son, still with his mother's shit in his mouth, goes over and licks the baby's tiny little balls. Dude. Hold on, cop. Now the mother lays down on her back on the floor while the daughter gets up high on a chair and starts pissing all over. Then the father and son take the baby and start stuffing it head first back into the mother's vagina, while the daughter's piss rains down on all of them. Dude, just stop. Hold on, Cap. They get the baby halfway in so that just his legs are sticking out, all kicking and flailing around. The son takes the mother's shit out of his mouth and starts rubbing it all over everyone, while the father sticks his cock in the baby's asshole and fucks it while it's still inside the mother, until he comes all over the baby, the wife, and the son, and the daughter. Cartman, I don't want to...
Cop!
Hold on, please. Then the father gets up and says, and now for our impersonation of the victims of 9/11. And the whole family starts running around the room, screaming and laughing with their dicks and titties all flapping around, covered with shit and piss and cum, going, ah, the building's coming down, help! And finally, the family runs back to the center of the room and goes, ta-da! And the talent agent, he just sits there for the longest time. And finally he says, Jesus, that's a hell of an act. What do you call it? And the father says, The Aristocrats. I don't get it. Neither do I.
That's exactly how I feel about this whole Aristocrats thing.
Right.
But we have the director coming in tomorrow to explain further. Because I don't get the punchline. Could somebody explain the punchline? Am I that stupid?
Well, they're not being very aristocratic.
I understand.
That's the only thing I can really get out of it.
But all that for...
right.
I got to look up the word aristocrat. What
it was a different time. 100 years ago.
Boss thinks it's a political party.
Setups. I should get setups too on here. He was a stand-up comic for years, Paul Provenza.
Yeah, he was a good comic, man.
Yeah, he was.
But that's what the movie's going to be about. A bunch of comedians, doing their version of that joke, basically.
They got great comics, man.
So wow, that is pretty harsh.
Yeah.
And where was that? Obviously not on TV. Was that on the DVD or something, or the movie? Was that part of the movie?
I know it's not.
I don't think so. It was.
Oh, they just put it online?
Yeah.
Very good. All right.
I remember seeing something like that on an episode, though, but they had bleeped a lot of stuff. Could I be right, or am I wrong?
Maybe they had a clean version for TV?
Yeah.
All right, Anthony, we're starting a new bit. Full cast and crew for the Aristocrats. All right. Yeah, like Gilbert Godfrey, Drew Carey, George Carlin, Jason Alexander, Louis Black, Mario Cantone.
A lot of cocksucking in his joke.
Pat Cooper, Andy Dick, who's going to be on the show this week. I think we had to move him to Friday, by the way. Phyllis Diller.
I am saying we never get him on this show.
You don't think we're going to get Andy Dick?
Yeah. Mark Cohen's a very funny dude.
All these guys are in the movie. There's 3 pages of comedians.
Yeah, Lisa Lampanelli.
There's got to be at least 60 comedians part of this movie. All right. We'll get into that further tomorrow. A little tease there. Anthony, we're going to try something new on the show. This is the first day.
Yes.
This bit will develop as we move on. But basically, we got Travis just kind of flipping around the TV channels in the morning and just finding stupid stuff for us.
Stupid job.
Stupid stuff. Well, man, sometimes it'll be serious stuff. Maybe an exclusive interview with a celebrity. Maybe it'll be some more of that fear-mongering that we all know and love. Maybe it's a wacky news story.
Sure.
You know the deal. Basically, he's going to be combing the channels looking for interesting stuff for the show, okay? Today, he handed in his first one, Anthony. His first one.
He came in and said, I'm not very confident about this. He was already making excuses.
Well, it's...
and the room smiles,
they're hoping that Travis is going to bomb.
Yeah.
Are you enjoying your new assignment for the Opie and Anthony show?
It's tough because I know that the second I'm watching something, I'm gonna miss something on another channel, and everyone's gonna wonder why I didn't catch that.
Well, we understand that because he's just got to keep flipping around and recording stuff. So today he handed in something called At the Toilet Paper Factory. What is this about?
I think Penny Crone, is that her name from Fox 5?
Oh yeah, she does all those little stupid nonsense stories.
Yeah, she was at the toilet paper factory.
Allegedly, she loves to bang firemen. I've heard.
Jesus. Just throw that out there.
I heard she has a thing for firemen. That's all I'm saying.
Where did you hear that from?
From Ben.
Ben? Then, of course, it's a blatant lie. Jesus.
All right, so she went to the toilet paper factory?
Yeah, and this is them talking to the toilet paper makers.
Okay, first clip, how toilet paper is made.
Tell us about, now, how many of these tons of, it starts here, tell us about
it starts in the paper machine, and then the paper machine makes big rolls of paper, and it goes on the toilet tissue winder, then it gets cut into small rolls, and then it's coming through to the wrappers.
They wasted time on TV for this morning. Are you kidding me?
And this is about 6 segments.
All right.
6 segments on toilet paper.
Well, and paper towels, too.
And paper towels.
Well, okay.
At the toilet paper factory, track 2, how it is tested, Anthony.
Now, how do you test the toilet paper here? I hate to spring this on you, but I mean,
we have a lot of tests in the laboratory. We test it for softness.
Is that why I'm wearing a lab coat?
Yeah, exactly.
That's why I'm wearing a lab. I'm going to test it. I'm going to test. Anyway, I got to do it in the lab.
We do it in the lab.
Yeah, just wipe your ass there, Penny.
All right. And finally, how toilet paper should go on the roll.
Can you ask Mr. Marcalis a question?
Mr. Marcal, yeah, go ahead.
Is the roll supposed to go over the top or over the other side?
Good question. All right, when you hang the roll up, Chris and Jody want to know, does it go over the top this way or the other side?
Well, it's your choice. Some people like to do it one way, others another way, but it'll work both ways.
Holy crap!
How can you be politically
Slow
correct?
news day. Yeah.
He wouldn't even give the answer the way he likes it.
No.
Holy crap! Well, this definitely has
people not buying his toilet tissue.
We might even name this bit after you, Travis.
Ooh.
Call it something like Travis watches TV or
with his awful television.
Well, for the first one, not bad. That's one of the dumb things they're doing on TV this morning.
Really? Asinine.
They have Penny Crone at the toilet paper factory. Very good.
It's funny, when they tested it, they showed Norton in the room and they're wiping his stomach off.
That's not bad.
It was funny if you said face.
Yeah.
You should have just committed to it.
I like that one, though. Why don't you give yourself a good line? There you go. What are we up to now?
6-4.
6-4.
Guys, word is, believe it or not, the most outrageous, filthiest, most disgusting version of the Aristocrats joke in the film is Bob Saget's version, with Gilbert Gottfried coming in a close second. That's why I thought it was odd that it's the same joke. How could you have that many comics telling the same joke and keep it interesting? So I guess it's their little versions of it because it's not really, what? No. I know people have said that.
Oh, okay.
No, I know people have said that. I obviously
got scared.
know.
Well, yeah, the setup is the same, and then it's how you tell it after that. That's all.
Just looking at the list of comedians, I realize how off the comedy radar I am.
Oh, Jimmy, don't feel bad about yourself because of this list.
I mean, Voss too. You're also finished.
No, well, here's the thing, though.
Why, you should have been on this, you think?
Well, no,
but you never heard the show. But
no,
they didn't know that.
No. Well, Provenzo was in. I heard he was in New York
Richard
one night,
Jenny.
and he saw Rigel and Lisa at the cellar, and it's all basically out of L.A. and older guys. How's he going to know you? He doesn't go.
Are these a lot of L.A. guys?
Yeah, there's some L.A. guys on there.
Yeah, that's what David Tell's not in there. Quinn.
Yeah, Colin's not on. I mean,
Apollo.
Does Colin know that joke?
Patrice. Colin will deny it, but I'm sure he does.
Colin made it up.
Yeah, he's fucking old.
All right.
You wouldn't understand a word he said.
Hey,
he tried to clean it up to be clever. Bush.
All right, moving on. This is something Anthony brought to our attention.
I did?
The sounds from Saturn. What's this about?
Oh, I just thought it was interesting. I never heard this before. But apparently they got radio sounds from Saturn, from the planet Saturn.
I thought you said you had sounds from us, Saturn. I was really nervous. You don't get your money back, Daddy.
Chalk went up for Jimmy. God damn, that's funny.
See the difference? Jimmy doesn't have to keep track.
That's right.
Because he's not always over the barrel here. What's wrong with that? Over the barrel? You know what? You guys.
The Cassini satellite reveals Saturn's eerie-sounding radio emissions. Saturn's radio emissions could be mistaken for a Halloween soundtrack, Opie. That's how two researchers described their recent findings.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a satellite up there. Cassini was sent out, and apparently it's picking up these radio signals from Saturn, and they're making these sounds. So I was just curious as to hear them. I haven't heard them yet, but they're supposed to be kind of creepy.
All right, you want to listen to the sounds of Saturn, I guess?
Now the sounds of Saturn.
Hey, Pat Battle is near.
What do you say? Pat Battle is near.
No, gotta blame it, dang blame. Pat Battle is
Very active on Saturn.
Yeah, it's chilling.
Apparently they're watching Blazing Saddles and listening to this show on Saturn.
Scary. They're there, too.
I should have known.
That makes me angry. And when Dr. Evil gets angry, Pat Battle gets upset. And when Pat Battle gets upset, people die!
Nice Dr. Evil impression.
But do me a fucking favor, because you're driving me crazy. You're a killer. You're a big shot. Just kill. You're a killer.
You fuck Pat Battle?
What?
You fuck Pat Battle.
How could you ask me a question?
Oh, it continues. It continues.
Do you know who I am? I'm Pat Battle. I made my bones when you were going out with cheerleaders.
That is the worst Mo Green impression ever.
Pat Battle. Pat Battle.
What the hell is this?
That's a Sicilian message. It means
Pat Battle.
He sleeps with the fishes.
Oh, they are so bad at dubbing these things in.
As far back as I can remember, I always wanted to be
Pat Battle.
All right, enough. Jesus. The one from Blazing Saddles is probably the best one to date.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Going to be hard to top that one.
That is very funny. Let's say hi to Duke from New Jersey. Duke, what's up?
So Travis's new show should be Travesty V.
Travesty V?
Yes.
Like Travesty.
V.
Travis TV.
Travis TV.
Travis.
I got it. Travis TV.
Travesty V.
Travis TV.
Right. We
kind of like a word play.
Right.
Rich Ross, I have a 1967 Chevy Impala. I'll let you drive it for $500 for an hour. I'm in Cliffside Park, right across the bridge.
I'm going to give myself a bad line for that.
Which turns out to be a good line, so why don't you give yourself a good line? There you go.
That's right, Rich. You took lemons, you made lemonade. Good boy.
All right, Anthony, here is the real sounds of that they're picking up on the satellite that's around Saturn. Get the fuck out of here. That's creepy.
Like old Star Trek sound effects. Ooh.
Then the flying saucers will fly over.
That was Ed Wood sound effects. What this proves is Saturn is emitting more entertaining radio than Jim Phillips.
Help me! Help me!
Isn't that creepy?
That is really creepy, actually.
The sounds of Saturn.
Well, explain that again. This is what the satellite's picking up?
Yeah, the radio transmissions that the satellite's picking up. Because these big planets emit radio signals just from the planet. Just throws radio out into the into space, and it picks it up, and that's what it boils down to. When they process it and play it.
Saturn stole that from me.
That was mine. Tell him, Fred. I was making creepy noises for years.
Damn it, I had it all.
Tell him, Fred.
Oh well, no, it doesn't make sense.
It's Ben. Tell him, Fred.
All right, here we got more audio. This is a short clip. Come on.
Well, that's pretty eerie. These are just radio waves that are flying around off the planet.
Probably equipment malfunction or something.
Yeah,
like that.
right? Something like that.
Yeah.
And they're not explaining this further yet?
No, that's pretty much it. It's just radio waves from Saturn. You're hearing them. There they are.
Some form of intelligent life?
I don't know. I don't think so.
If you listen close, you can hear cathedral. Cathedral.
You got more? Oh, see, that sounds a little different.
So that's an ongoing
That's your
story.
science. That's your science lesson for the day.
From Popular Science.
People want that audio. Where the fuck can I get that audio? That's creepy as hell.
Any Nine Inch Nails album.
Yeah.
All right, let's go to Greg in California. Just go to Fark.com. That's where we found it.
Yeah.
We should give Fark a good plug.
Yeah, that came off of Fark.
Those two jokes, let's acknowledge this. My last two jokes bombed so bad, no one made eye contact with them.
That bad.
It was almost like you had all walked in on me. You ever see Prince of Tides when Nick Nolte's a boy being fucked in the ass and his brother looks in the window and sees it and then shoots the perpetrators? That's how the feeling I just got. Like you all just peeked through the curtain and somebody being raped by an older gentleman.
That bad.
I was listening, too.
I wasn't. I didn't even hear it.
You know what band
I'll hear it on the replay.
Do you know what band he referenced?
9 Inch Nails.
Oh, you were listening.
I heard that part.
Oh, okay. You were listening.
Yeah. I didn't think it was that bad. I didn't feel like it was worth the energy to chuckle over, but...
It actually removed energy.
Let's say hi to Greg in California. Greg?
Yeah. I'm thinking that audio from Saturn sounds exactly like the Leslie Nielsen movie Forbidden Planet.
Oh, yeah? It sounds like some of those old sci-fi movies.
No, I mean, we're talking spot on. You play them side by side, and I'm pretty sure it's exact. And by the way, Voss adds nothing to the show. Punching out.
Thank you.
Oh,
Why don't you like Voss?
That's going to make Voss freak out all night long.
No, it doesn't. Not anymore. I have a lot more confidence in life now.
Hey, Anthony, Gamefly.com is the world's leading online video game rental service. We love Gamefly.com. Absolutely love it.
Do.
And they make game playing so easy.
Mm-hmm.
Very easy. I wonder if you could get Grand Theft Auto through Gamefly.com.
I'm certain you can. Can you?
I don't know. That would be a great way to sell the service now that they're taking that game out of the
stores.
Out of the stores. You send a game back, and the next game on your queue list is automatically sent.
That's right. GameFly, they let you have up to 2 games at a time, games that you keep as long as you want, without any of those pesky late fees. And if you really like the game you're playing, simply click keep it in your game queue, and you get this mint condition box and manual delivered to you, all at a great member discount. Go to gamefly.com/XM. Get yourself signed up. It only costs $21.95 a month, but you can start with a free 2-week XM trial. No commitments. You cancel anytime. Start playing all the latest games, all the latest releases you want right now at gamefly.com. They got over 2,500 titles to choose from. Xbox, PS2, GameCube, Game Boy Advance, DS, and the new PSP. 2 games at a time, no shipping charges either way. Keep the games as long as you want. None of those late fees. All the games you want. Go to Gamefly.com. That's GAMEFLY.com/XM. Plug in XM in the promo code box for your special secret offer. It's Gamefly.com.
All right, let's go to the phones and talk to Dr. Gonzo from Whackbag.com.
Hey, guys, I have an announcement. Sirius Radio just signed Saturn to a $100 million deal.
Tell him, Fred.
That's very funny.
Punch it out, guys.
They sign anybody, you see?
Let's say hi to Greg in Baltimore. Greg, what's up?
Hey, hey.
Hey, Greg.
Hey.
I was calling to say you guys need to give Rich Voss a break today. I mean, if he had his own radio show in Orlando, his 3 listeners would kick the Phillips Files 2 listeners' asses every single day.
Really?
I think they would.
Torture! It's torture!
What, Greg?
I said I think if Rich had his own radio show, his listeners would probably, they might have a cumulative IQ of about 100. So don't worry about it.
Torture!
He's a good guy.
It's torture!
Do you have this written down?
No, actually I was reading it off your website, Rich.
Oh.
Howtobeunfunny.com.
You don't like Voss, dude? Dude, you
Excuse
don't like
me?
Voss is hilarious. You don't like Voss?
Do you like Voss or hate Voss?
You're just being silly.
No, I like Voss, just not today.
No, Voss is doing great today. He's funny.
Yeah, Voss. How many good lines, Voss?
Like 6, but see,
6 or 7. And
I'm just hanging out. You throw in something. These guys, this is their show, and every now and then you throw something in. I'm not coming in here to audition. Something comes out, it comes out. You know what I mean?
He doesn't need to.
You know what I'm saying?
All right, we're gonna take a break.
You know what I'm saying?
We got a couple more stories to get to before we get out of here. They found a very, very, very old vibrator. I guess it wouldn't be a vibrator because they didn't have batteries back then. They found a marital aid. How's that? The oldest marital aid.
I just had that up on the web.
Wow. Yeah. Are you kidding? Well,
An ancient phallus.
Yeah, we'll do that after the break. Also,
yes, Jimmy?
I was thinking of marital aid. Is it an ancient rowboat? Would have been funnier if I said motorboat, because then the sound clip would have made sense. It's not. Splasher, splasher, splasher.
We got a story about a cool mom that's really good. And
ooh, there he goes. Back to Minnesota.
And to finish off the hat trick of wacky stories, we have a little story about how doctors are planning to do face transplants. That's right, kids. Face transplants after the break.
Like sands through the hourglass, so is the Owen virus.
No, I was
Oh, God. Jim Norton is trying on shorts because he's going to Ozfest after the program. He'll have exclusive interviews on the Opie and Anthony show tomorrow.
Danny's videotaping Jimmy changing his pants. He's got his boxers off, pulling his ass out. Oh, my God.
What are you doing over there, Jimmy? Trying on shorts?
Yeah, I don't own. Thank you to Mike for going for me. I don't own shorts with a belt loop. I didn't realize that, so I'm just. I asked him to go get me shorts with a belt loop.
Go get shorts.
Oh, those will fit me. Those are 32.
Will they fit you?
Yeah.
Cool.
If you don't want those, I'll take them.
Why wouldn't I want them? I asked him to go buy them. Why would I not?
Because they might not fit you.
What's your waist now?
I don't know. I'm going to try. I got 34s, which will be probably too big, and 32s.
32s?
I'm going to say you're 33.
Let me see. 32.
You're going to be right in between. That's the 32? Oh, they're going to fit.
That
Holy
fits.
crap, look at you.
Is it too tight?
No, it's fine.
Walk around a little, make sure.
You look like you're selling Boy Scout cookies.
Talk about boy shorts.
Jesus.
You're like a little kid.
You got the same shorts as Steve on.
Yeah, you do.
They're pretty much the same shorts.
You can't give me shit for having little boy shorts.
But I still can give you shit for talking like this.
Yes, you do. You can.
These are very comfy.
10 minutes and counting, Anthony. Are we going to have a launch or what?
The clock is still running, yes.
Are these too snug?
John
do the
Glenn
countdown.
became first American to orbit Earth.
Let's do the countdown from now. 9 minutes 45, 44. You think that's a
41,
great radio? Or we'll just
40.
have Boss tell a joke. I had to pawn it off on you because I was bombing.
That's okay.
Let's go to Pat from New Jersey.
You got to admit.
Yeah.
Hey guys, what's up?
Huh?
The Aristocrats started out as a prank. Old comics would tell it to young comics. It doesn't make any sense, but it would be like if you were in a room with Richard Pryor and George Carlin, and they told you the joke, and you were a young comic, you would kind of feel obligated to laugh.
Oh, right. It's kind of a setup to joke on the younger comics with. All right. Now, because I do remember hearing that also.
What?
That I didn't know that was this joke, the Aristocrats joke. It's kind of to
well,
goof on young
it's,
comics.
It's
the
sort of
veterans
like
would
now
do
that everyone just tries to outdirty each other, like it kind of lost that into it. But, yeah, that was the original version.
You tell it, and then people would laugh, and they'd be ridiculous for laughing because it's not funny. Yes.
All right.
Very
Well,
good, sir.
I'm very interested in this documentary. It's coming out soon, and we'll have the director on tomorrow. So
Jimmy's sitting around
Thank you,
now
Pat.
in his underwear.
What? We're all men.
He's
we're all
just sitting around now. He's doing the show in his underwear
Why not?
with his feet kicked up on the console.
So what?
8 minutes, 30 seconds before launch. You want to get into the couple of these dumb stories? Jesus, Jimmy.
Why not? Like parents' shorts.
Cave gals exposed as sex toy users, Anthony.
Yeah. A sculpted, polished phallus.
They may have not had the Pink Pussycat boutique back then, but prehistoric women did have sex toys, researchers say. Sculpted and polished phallus recently found in a German cave has been identified as one of the earliest representations of a marital aid.
Wow.
The 7.8-inch long, 1.2-inch wide stone object, said to be 28,000 years old, was buried in the cave near
How many years? Oh, seriously.
28,000 years.
How many zeros are on that?
Free.
Oh, my God.
3 zeros.
Its life size suggests it was used by women to achieve sexual satisfaction, Anthony.
Yeah.
It's highly polished.
Certainly is.
Meaning it was probably used a lot. It's clearly recognizable, Professor Nicholas blah blah said. He told the BBC this. The phallus will be displayed.
The Professor Nicholas blah blah?
The
Very good.
Yes. The phallus will be displayed at an exhibition called Ice Art, Clearly Male, at the Museum of the Prehistoric in Blobron.
They don't say it's black. That's why it hasn't worked for 28,000 years.
The display they show that should be called whores. They always have been.
That was funny.
Are you high today?
That was funny.
You're just cracking yourself up, man. I think Voss is having a nervous breakdown right in front of us, slowly but surely.
Well, Poopsie's not here.
Yeah, good old Poopsie. She's going to be on Letterman on Friday, right?
Yeah.
All right, Bonnie's going to be on Letterman Friday. Make sure you check that out. Actually, we'll play her appearance on our show.
What do you mean? Oh, Monday.
Yeah, we'll do a Monday. Give her, an extra plug there. Extra push.
Hell yeah.
6 minutes and 15 seconds, Anthony.
Yeah, I'm watching.
First
Very
one in
exciting.
like 2 years, I guess. So anything on this sex toy we need to discuss?
No, just I've never heard of them finding anything like that. Some have been truly exquisite, sophistication, such as a 30,000-year-old figurine crafted from ivory, mammoth ivory. Would be nice. And then they got another little statuette of a woman figure from 30,000 years old, from 30,000 years ago, and she's nude and just atrocious. It's a big, fat thing.
Wow.
With huge, saggy tits, and they actually show pussy lips. They carved out little pussy lips, and it looks like she had a Hitler mustache going. I don't see any hair.
Oh, wow.
Look, see the little... Yeah, that's hot. Wow.
That was before crunches were invented.
See, there was sex and stuff. That was their porno. They would look at a statuette like that and probably jerk off. There were probably organizations trying to ban the carving of ivory into female forms.
And our civilization will be the one that stops it all, right?
Yep.
Let's just calm the fuck down. It's going to go on way past
people have been enjoying
our
it for
time on this
quite
earth.
some time.
And they will continue.
Brian from D.C. is saying, Rich's last joke was good. I hate to admit it.
Did you mark it down?
Yeah, of course I did. That was one of my best bits of the day.
I love this new bit. Because then you have proof that you were good.
Yeah.
And we're giving you the proof, and we're being very honest. And,
yeah, I know if it bombs.
We're being fair. Let's say hi to Steve the trucker. Steve.
Yo.
Hey, Steve.
Yeah, how you doing?
Hey, doing good, Steve.
Yeah, I was wanting to know. I was wanting to know where that took 28,000 years to get the smell off that.
Wow. Wow.
Do you have a list of good and bad next to you?
Yeah.
You should chalk off something in the bad column.
And if you don't have a pen, just use the left side of your rig and slam into a guardrail.
Okay, I'll do that. Later.
Later. There you go, Steve the trucker. Okay.
Why don't you guys report that I didn't screw up during the Hannity interview? That, you went over the tapes and I didn't...
That was... What, we went over the tapes? He didn't say Haggerty?
He did say Haggerty.
He did?
Yeah, he said Haggerty.
No, you goddamn...
He said Haggerty. We listened?
Yeah, we listened. We all listened. You were there, Rich. We all, kind of crowded around the tape recorder, and we played it back.
Sean Haggerty.
We just didn't want to embarrass you. We wanted to let you slide on that one.
Yeah.
You'll hear during the replay.
Last time I was here, we were talking about the first time we got laid, and Bonnie was here, and I wanted to tell the story so bad, but I couldn't. Let me tell you real quick. I was at it's Seaside. We checked in. We went down to the shore for the weekend.
Yeah.
It was like a big holiday weekend. So me and my friend Brian rented a room, right? And the lady at the place was called, Kathleen Sweets or something. She goes, I might rent the other half of the room to other people because it was,
Oh, sorry. That's
right.
just so cool.
So I said to her,
they're firing up the engines.
Engines are moving.
I'll tell the story next time I
You
come in.
better tell the story.
Yeah, keep telling.
It better be shorter than 3 minutes.
We got 3 minutes. They're just
okay.
They just
Was
turned the
this
key.
kill time?
They turned the key.
Yeah, they turned the key on.
They turned the key on. It's foaming up a little bit.
The engines are being put in their through their little things that they do, their cycles they do before they light them up.
Anthony, before we go to the launch, and then your story, Rich. We're not going to forget about you. We got to say hi to Donahue. Go ahead, Donahue.
Yo, guys, Howard just said that he's the one that actually invented Goda. They stole it from him. Hoo-hoo.
Tell him, Fred.
Tell him, Fred. Hoo-hoo.
I had a Tell him, Fred, hoo-hoo sighting yesterday.
You did?
And he gave me the evil eye. And then,
Fred?
And then jumped right on his cell phone immediately.
Fred or Howie?
Fred.
Fred? Tell him, Fred.
Gave me the evil eye at the grocery store.
Did he tell you? about the bandanas?
No, he didn't say anything.
Oh, here it comes. The little cap is coming off the top of the fuel tank.
All right, this is our exclusive coverage of the space shuttle launch.
Just about 2 minutes left.
What are
of
they
course,
saying?
the delay is awful on our show, and as you are hearing this, it's less than 2 minutes that are left.
It's a short delay. It's a short delay.
It's already orbited.
Actually, it's landing right now.
This is actually the Endeavor.
Right. We're down to 1 minute 50 seconds.
They're swinging away part of the tower.
We pot up the audio?
This is.
Oh yeah, we can
why don't we just do that?
Jesus Christ, yeah.
Close their visors now. They're strapped in.
Don't they send these up like every month?
Sealed in their suits.
What?
Don't they send these up like every month? These things.
Holy
What's the big
crap.
deal?
It's been off for over 2 years.
Well, whatever. So are you guys, but
no, this is the first time in 2 years.
Oh.
This is a really
important.
big deal.
It's America's return to space.
And then we go back to having them launch this every other month, and we don't care
And
again.
no one cares.
Okay.
What I find amazing is they didn't even change the damn design on this in the last 2 years.
No, they've implemented a lot of safety measures.
But
NASA, what they have said is, hey, nothing is 100%. They said that's their little confidence booster they give out. Hey, life isn't 100%.
All right, we're talking a minute before the launch of the space shuttle.
T-minus 1 minute.
The President Laura Bush? Or
Laura
that's just
Bush?
Laura?
That's Laura and the brother.
Jeb.
And Jeb Bush, because it is Florida, and, you know.
Jeb.
All right, what are we down to?
We're down to 47 seconds.
45
How far away is
seconds.
that thing? Fucking 8 miles?
That thing is real far from the
The
spectators.
viewing area, I think, we had that guy, the news guy on. He said, what, 5 miles or something like that?
It's really far. They don't want you close.
Florida's so flat and awful.
Isn't it?
Yeah, they're actually sitting in Georgia watching this.
The handoff has occurred. Discovery's computers.
All right, here we go, guys. Here we go.
Oh, boy, this
First time in
better
2
go.
years.
This will be such a downer if this thing doesn't get off the ground.
Downer if it actually makes it out to space.
Firing chain is armed.
20.
Sound suppressor water system is being activated.
I got my shorts in.
Brain safe systems armed. T-minus 10 seconds. Go for main engine start.
They light it with sparklers.
6, 5, 3 engines up and burning. 3, 2, 1, and liftoff of Space Shuttle Discovery, beginning America's new journey to the moon,
Looks like it's going a little slow. Jesus.
And the vehicle has cleared the tower.
That's a whippoorwill. They don't have those there.
Wow. How far do you think you see that?
What?
How far away do you think you can
2 or 3 miles easy.
I was down.
Oh, man, look at that camera shot they got now.
Look at how fast you are
Underneath
ascending.
it's right on the fuel tank, underneath the shuttle.
400 miles per hour. Altitude 12,000 feet.
Already.
This is a view from a camera mounted on Discovery's external fuel tank.
This is so nerve-wracking.
On Discovery now throttling down to 2/3 throttle to prepare the spacecraft to pass through the area of maximum air pressure and go supersonic.
You got that weird feeling, right?
I don't want to see anything bad.
They're going upside down right now.
That's what they do.
We're going backwards.
Backwards.
And it looks like
1 minute since launch. Discovery speed now 900 miles per hour.
900 miles per hour.
Throttle up.
Go for throttle up. You don't want to hear that one again.
All systems remain go for Discovery. Altitude now 9 miles.
Remain
6
go.
miles
What else are they going to do?
northeast of the launch pad.
A minute.
When do they jettison that thing at? Do you know?
The engines?
The big fuel thing.
Oh, the big fuel thing doesn't go for a little while. They
still a little longer.
They ace the
4.5
engines
minutes
first.
since launch. Discovery's already consumed more than 2.25 million pounds of propellant. It weighs less than half of what it did at liftoff.
What?
Speed now 2,000 miles per hour. Altitude 18 miles, 14 miles northeast of the Kennedy Space Center.
Imagine stopping in to fuel that thing up.
Now, that thing attaches and will just take off.
Nobody answer him.
You think the astronauts are feeling a lot of pressure right now?
Here go the
standing by now for burnout and jettison of the twin solid rockets.
And here we go. Uh-oh. Okay.
Here they go. That's pretty cool.
And
booster officer confirms clean separation of the solid rocket boosters. Discovery now on its 3 main engines, second stage. Speed now 3,030 miles per hour. Altitude 33 miles.
1,030 miles an hour.
40 miles downrange from the Kennedy Space Center.
3,000 miles an hour after 2 minutes or 3 minutes.
Discovery's orbital maneuvering system engines are now firing to assist its climb to orbit. They'll fire for about 2 minutes and 19 seconds.
Wow. That's something.
Looks like
Wow.
we've got a good one.
Already they can see black.
So. Yeah, they're just about in space, please.
This again a view from the camera on the external fuel tank for Discovery.
Discovery Houston, 2-engine Zaragoza.
What?
Uh-oh.
Discovery is 2-engine Zaragoza.
That call that Discovery could perform a transatlantic landing at a Spanish Air Force base in Zaragoza, Spain, if required.
Just in case.
3 engines continue to operate well. All systems in good condition. Altitude now 254,000 feet, or about 48 miles. Discovery speed 4,500 miles per hour. 85 miles northeast of the Kennedy Space Center.
That thing can move, huh?
Oh. It goes to 17,000 miles an hour in space.
Yeah.
Can you imagine the feeling? All right.
Wow. That's about all you can
5 minutes
say.
left until
I think this nation's heart was in its throat.
Yeah, the guy said it all right there. I felt that.
Yeah. Especially when it's separated, there's like a little flare.
Yeah, you
just
just don't
like,
want to see anything blowing up like that.
Gotta stop breathing for a second. All right, there you go.
Pretty rough. Yeah, made it. Good. Off we go. That camera angle is something brand new. Yeah. And when they jettison the fuel tank, I bet that's going to be a pretty cool shot.
Some guy in Tennessee is claiming he saw the liftoff. Dave in Tennessee, what's up?
Hey, how you doing, guys?
All right.
I'm about 110 miles away down in Florida, and that thing looked like it was 50 feet away.
Oh, really?
Really?
You saw it?
Oh, my God. It was just a ball of flame in the sky.
Yeah, I saw one from about 90 miles out at
Wild.
night. And it just lit up the whole sky.
All right, Dave. Thank you.
I can see
Hey,
it
no
from here.
problem.
All right. Reggie from Tennessee. Reggie.
Hey, what's going on, guys?
What's up, Reggie?
Hey, Reggie.
Oh, man, a couple of years ago when they had the night launch, I think I was, probably about 40, 50 miles south of Savannah, Georgia, and I saw it lift off. So you can see it from pretty far away, man.
That's pretty amazing.
Yeah.
You saw it all the way down in Georgia. Or all the way up, I guess it would be. All the way up.
Probably about halfway through the state on Interstate 95.
Wow. All right. Thank you, Reggie.
Yeah, have a good one, guys.
Okay, Mike in Florida. Go ahead, Mike. Mikey.
Yes, sir. Hey, I'm in Florida right now. I'm on the other coast. I can see it from here. Everybody was pulled over on the side of the road.
That's what's so cool about doing a national talk show. You can get this reaction right away.
Yeah, when I was calling you guys, that wasn't even what I was calling for. I heard on Fox News a few days ago they're retiring that shuttle in 2010. I don't know if they have a new one ready or if they're just not going to use that one anymore after that time, but that's what they said.
Well, hopefully they have a new design. It'd be nice to look at something different at this point.
I was sitting here waiting on hold. I looked over, and I see all these people pull over. I thought it was an accident, and I looked over, and you could see it. I didn't think we'd be able to see it from where I am, but you could definitely see it.
That's pretty cool. All right, Mike, thank you.
Sean from Old Bridge, New Jersey. Is this true? One of the astronauts just said I can still see Ben's hog from here.
Wow. Wow. They're coming in like crazy. Eyewitnesses. Frank from Florida. Go ahead, Frank.
Hey, guys. How you doing? Hey, I'm about 10 miles away. You can hear the crackle of the solid rocket boosters as it went up.
That is nuts. Can you imagine?
10 miles. Well,
Wow,
yeah.
Yeah, lived out here all my life. Got my father retired from the Space Center 40 years.
Wow, very good. All right, this just in from Eric Logan. He text messaged me.
Oh, yeah? What did he say?
The full shuttle coverage is alive and well on XM 200. Thank you, Elo. Thank you.
Give it to Elo.
Let's say hi to Joe in
Yo, what's up, dude?
Titusville.
About 5 miles away from it. It's cool as shit, man. The sonic boom wants to hit you. It's pretty cool, man.
Can you still see it?
Little Jimmy, what's up, bro?
Can you still see it or no?
No, it went away like pretty quick. It was only up there for about 30 seconds or so.
But then that smoke or whatever just stays in the sky for a long time.
Yeah.
Oh, it's amazing. Yeah, that smoke's still there too.
I was in Winter Park when one of these things lifted off, and you see it across the sky, like for at least another hour or so. It just kind of sits there.
That's where I just came from, Winter Park, man, and just drove out to Titusville. It was crazy. It was good to see.
All right, Joe. Thank you.
All right, later, boys.
Boys. All right, doctors planning face transplants, Anthony.
Stop.
At least 2 hospitals are reportedly in the final phases of planning a controversial new procedure, face transplant. Doctors are close, check this out, to perfecting a way to remove the face from a cadaver and stitch it on to an adult. Even if I was in a fire, I wouldn't want this. I would not want
How
this.
creepy.
How great would that be?
Why? If it was a hot, fake, good-looking guy?
Yeah, I'd love to have my face replaced.
The surgery, not meant as a replacement for Botox, would only be for someone whose face is severely damaged in, say, an accident or fire. Currently, doctors rebuild a face by cobbling together tissue from sites all over the body. The new method would permit them to mold both a face and its underlying tissue. That is creepy. All right.
And you can go into prison and get info from a guy's brother as his brother, which is, it'll help crime fighting in the future.
Right now they're saying that it's only for burn victims because they haven't perfected it yet, so anything they do, burn victims going to be happy with. You know, that looks good. You know, they just take it and kind of nail it to his head. Here, goodbye, take care.
Oh, that is awful.
But once they perfect it, then they'll start using it cosmetically.
Right.
I mean, I'm joking. You know, I'm being the silly goose that I'm paid to be.
Silly
but the
goose
reality
you are.
is that's why they're not using cosmetically. It's not ready.
Well, what's coming off of it?
Is that bad?
No. They still got the fuel tank camera going.
Is about to separate from the fuel tank. The picture going a little snowy. Here comes the jettison.
Oh, cool. Perfect. Why haven't they always had that camera?
Discovery jettisons external fuel tank.
That is a wild view.
Off of Discovery's main engines. Discovery performing a maneuver to fire its jets and ensure clean separation from the tank.
Now we lose the camera angle.
Yeah.
Well, they put the camera on the thing, they mounted it wrong.
Is not required.
That's what every astronaut would love to watch.
Dude, we can't make a cell phone that takes more than 2 megapixel fucking photos, and yet they can mount that on the and put it into space.
Yeah, they're wasting all that technology on space. You're so right, Jimmy.
Well, you know what I mean. That's a good point.
Screw that. They're still communicating with them, and
Yeah.
we can't make a phone call a mile away from
hear you.
from the studio.
You're breaking up.
This guy in Wyoming, very bummed out. Let's get Joe on the line. Joe.
Yeah.
What's up, Joe?
You're on the line, Joe. Go.
Hey, I was in Wyoming and I couldn't see shit.
Oh, yes, you can. Just look around the state you're in.
All right, I'm punching out.
All right. Cool mom had teen sex. Golden, Colorado. A woman who had just wanted to be a cool mom pleaded guilty yesterday to sexual assault after having sex with high school boys at parties where she supplied drugs and alcohol.
She is a wreck.
She's the definition of the cool mom.
See her?
Yeah, look at her.
I'd still fuck her, though. She's cool.
Jeez.
She has nice hair.
Sylvia Johnson, 40, pleaded guilty to 2 misdemeanor counts of sexual assault and 9 felony counts of contributing to the delinquency of a minor. As part of a plea agreement, prosecutors dropped 2 counts of distribution of, meth. Nice. She described herself as a cool mom, said the detective. He added that Johnson had told investigators that she was very popular in high school and now began feeling like one of the group. Prosecutors did not recommend a sentence, but each sexual assault count carries up to 4 years in prison, and each count of contributing to the delinquency of a minor carries up to 9 years. Johnson was free on bail, held the parties almost weekly, Anthony.
Wow.
These drug and booze parties where she was having sex with the kids almost
Who ratted?
weekly. God, yeah, who rats out the cool mom? She did it from October 2003 to October 2004, so she was getting away with this for a good year. She was accused of providing drugs and alcohol to 8 boys and of having sex with 5 of them. The police probe, here's your answer, Anthony, began when one boy told his own mother about the encounters, and she told the authorities.
Little killjoy. Gee.
Ooh.
All those stories always have the rat. The one that ruins it for everybody.
The party pooper. This guy in Texas, let's say hi to Jeff. Jeff, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm in Texas, and I can see the launch.
Come on.
Well,
Not really. I just want to call and say Papa Booey. Papa Booey.
Ah.
Papa Booey.
Wow.
Tell him, Fred.
Papa Booey.
Yeah, we get it.
Oh, wow. That's like a classic call.
I don't even know if he's joking or not. It's
got to be a joke.
Stop
it. No one's really doing that anymore.
I really hope that was done ironically.
It's gotten to the point it's a parody, so we have no idea if it's real or fake.
Welcome to the Larry King Show in 1991.
Mom lives by launch. Her Hummels broke. Dave in Florida.
Hey, guys.
What's up, Dave?
Hey, that guy that called from Titusville earlier, that's where I grew up. I actually went to, my high school was Astronaut High School.
And my mom just called me, and it was so funny. She said that her Hummels on her shelf fell off and broke because the shuttle rumbles so hard when you're that close.
Yeah.
And all I could think of was, will you have an Opie over for coffee? Because I was thinking about Anthony's
breaking all the little figurines.
What happened to my Hummel?
Opie's more destructive than the space shuttle.
All right. It's those long cords that were in the news recently. They're
Yes.
choking kids.
Kids choking on the long
See, I
cords.
wasn't the only one.
But yeah, that thing rocked so hard it just knocked the Hummels right off her shelves on her thing. Man.
They also say not to like set your car alarms and stuff like that because the space shuttle will.
It's very loud.
We'll set those off.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, it's great for watching the animals too. God, the animals freak. That's the funniest thing in the world. Watching your cat just. Great.
All right, thank you, sir.
Well, they don't know any better, sir. They don't know what it is. They just they get.
Well, that guy in Texas. I wonder if you could see that space shuttle from Richmond, Virginia, at the Funny Bone next week. If you be able to see it from there.
No, but I'm sure you'll see something blowing up.
Time for a sing along.
Fucking in the butt. I'd like to fuck the shit out of you. Fucking in the butt.
Let's say hi to John in Kansas. John, what's up? Real fast.
Hey, it's Sean, but I want to know what the hell Voss's story was.
Yeah, Voss, you got like 2 minutes to tell your story.
I'll do it next
All right, punch out.
What do you mean we'll do it next time?
When we talked about the first time we got laid.
Rich.
I was,
You want to do it or not? We can end with this.
The first time I got laid, we were talking about here last time. We went to a hotel.
Take your time.
Me and my friend.
Calm down.
And we rented a room, and she said she might rent the other bed to 2 other guys. And we go, she'll never do that. So we took the room. We go out, and we come back to the room, and she rented a room to 5 other guys. Now
So what, it was like 2 queen-size beds?
Yeah, so now there's 7 guys, strangers. So we go back out, and I come back to the room, and some guy's banging a girl.
How old were you?
I was like 18, just turned 18. And then he goes, do you want to bang her? I go, yeah. So that was the first time I got laid. Then when I walked off, when I was done, there was a line outside my door, and I had like 2 pumps. And I shot a load after like 2 pumps. Then I went on the beach, and I just sat and like looked at the sky and stuff because it was after the first time I got laid. It was in a train with a pig. It would have been a better story when we were talking about the first time.
It's fine, Rich. It's good.
In a train. You were pulling a train with some pig, and that's your first time.
Yeah, but then I went and sat on the beach, like
it was a wonderful
moment.
moment.
Yeah, like sitting there going, oh, finally it happened. And I was like, ugh.
Was it good?
It wasn't as good as when I used to jerk off with my friend.
Yeah.
Jimmy's taking a dump.
Yeah,
Anthony's got to take a dump.
He couldn't take it.
And I'm percolating.
He had to go into the bathroom. He was asking me what stall I'm going to use, but I'm not going. I'll wait.
I heard you had some Raisin Bran last night.
Yeah.
I was at the supermarket, and I was ready to get my cereal, and I saw that Raisin Bran. I'm like, don't do it to yourself, man. I love Raisin Bran.
It's the best.
But it is the best. But
I got a lower intestine full of lava. Feels like lava is trying to get out, and I'm trying to, keep it contained.
I love the lava slide.
I'm gonna have a Mount St.
I love the
Helens.
lava slide dumps. They're great.
No.
And then you look down into the bowl, and you're just amazed that much stuff was in you.
No, it's not good because not only that, the consistency, but it's very hot. It's very hot.
Ben's Raw asked, what did you learn on the show today?
Hey, guys. Hey, boss. How's it going?
Good.
I learned that not only does Little Jimmy tell jokes, but he apparently sings, too.
Very good. Jimmy can't comment because he's taking a dump. Randy, what did you learn on the show today?
I learned nothing because I just don't listen very well.
Very good.
True.
Let's say hi to Kyle in Indiana. Kyle, what did you learn on the show today?
I've been listening for 3 months, and this is the first day I have learned absolutely nothing on the show today.
All right.
Congrats.
Now you're a true listener of this program. Ben, what's the problem?
He's just freaking out. He's like, Steve, everything is going to be in place for today. He's worried that Steve is going to mess up one of his interviews. He's like, you get too excited. If we get thrown out of there, it's your fault. You should have seen them while going through
audio
everything.
From Ozfest with Jimmy Norton tomorrow on the program.